Oh. Shit. I hit live and we weren't ready. All right. Jesus
Hit
Christ.
the music. Woo! One final battle.
Woo!
Here we are, Reasonable Wrestling Podcast with your boy, Chidi Bang and Joint Roller, Ayatollah, with one final bell with Rick and Bobby, baby. Rick and Bobby, baby. Though, okay, I'm not going to do my Ric Flair impersonation because it's not that great. But I will say this. This is my brother. No, this one. This is my brother right here. And we've been doing this going on 7 now. Almost 7 years, and life, man, life has been incredible. So many takes upon takes, but I'm here for one final bell. But as your boy Ric Flair, never say never. Today will be my last pod on a reoccurring basis. But I love what we do here. I love my brother. I love wrestling. I'll always stay tapped in. And I believe that Reasonable Wrestling Podcast will always live on in our hearts and our memories. And whenever there is something big, I don't think this will be our last pod forever, but this is our last pod in the current iteration of what we've been doing for the past 6 years, and I'm proud of what we've done. I'm here in my Rick robe, brought back the freaking wife beater that we started this shit in. We're in 6553, just at a table with two dudes. I would wear a white beater, he was shirtless, and we just record, put our camera up and record and talk our shit on wrestling. And I brought it back. But I had to bring the road.
It was much harder back then too. We had to record, edit, upload. Now it's a little bit more easier, but life got a little bit harder.
Yeah. People grow, life moves on, and just requirements for where where we want to go and what we're trying to do and building our lives as well. And as I said before, wrestling has advanced, the podcast game has advanced, the landscape has advanced. There's so many people giving their takes. People are streaming wrestling now. People are doing all types of stuff. And there's been a lot more representation for men, minorities, women, women, men, minorities, and all types of people that are talking wrestling and getting their takes off. Just on Friday SmackDown, they had a bunch of streamers reactions on, Tiffany cashing in. It just shows that wow, this is a big community that we didn't know was so prevalent online as far as putting content out there. So it was great to see that how it's grown, the content game. But today we're going to talk about WrestleMania, my predictions at least, or my things I would like to see. Talk about obviously Netflix and Raw. Talk about SmackDown and Royal Rumble and what we expect and would like to see going forward with that. If Chris has any takes on AEW, I'm sure he'll give it to us. If not, we'll just move on to something else. And our predictions for the year at large, like WWE going to this new era, and us going into this new era, our predictions for WWE and ourselves in 2025. So, with that, without further ado, let's kick this shit off right. Drop the bubbles.
Well, Brian. Yo, what's happening, everybody? It's the joint roller Ayatollah here, rolling a joint. My tag team partner, CT, aka Chidi Bang. As you can see, the title says
I will never retire.
"One Final Bell" with Ricky and Bobby. My man got the Rick robe. I got on the Bobby Heenan motherfucking
Yep.
uh jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Infamous poet. I got my
Bobby
blood.
Heenan jacket,
Nature boy.
Niggas wasn't yo, I'm gonna hold you right now. Niggas ain't really fucking with the kid. If I really wanna tap back in, I let niggas live for about 6 years.
You gotta
Yo,
you gotta start doing your shit, talking your shit, and flexing, what you have as a poet, what you have as a voice. I think that's what I want for you more is to claim your shit more
well,
in
I
2025,
so
man.
I wanna, what's funny about that, and I know we do a lot of bragging, and I know it don't matter, it don't mean much if you don't have anything to kind of show for it. But I just want to be real about the landscape of wrestling and how many people I've had a direct interaction with, encounter with, relationship with, um, or was able to kind of just like be around, right? So like a lot of people can always tell those stories that, oh, I was with Darby Allen when he was whoop de woo coming up the ranks. And like, nah, nigga, like I was shooting pre-pro for Darby jumping off a joint at Guild nightclub. When Max Jacob Friedman was an opener for MLW. Um, when Penta and Phoenix landed in Orlando, I'm the nigga that scooped them in the joint and gave them they first when they came down to Florida for MLW because they smelt it in the joint. Like, and so when I see Penta name on Raw, I'm like,
Yeah.
you feel me? Like his journey from Mexico and Cal. Now he done Lucha Underground but we talk like MLW really birthed the resurgence of some people and the exposure of some people. So I always want to give court, and this is one of the jackets I wore when I was there, just to kind of stand out, just to be seen, just to be known, just to be. And again, I'm a stagehand. You're not supposed to shut your mouth. Don't be seen. Don't be heard. Don't talk. Whatever the case may be. But I'm the nigga that had the weed. I'm the nigga that had the car was the runner. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, MJF, Darby Allen, Penta, Phoenix, MVP. I know we ain't gotta say his name because what he going, but Matt Riddle, he was a superstar at one point in time. Like,
Let's be real. I mean, people that we've come across, I do got to thank Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle was a big part of our pod, well, and we had things that we wanted to do with him outside that we didn't got a chance to do. Um, and he was a good friend of yours who let us into his home, and we had, an interview with him. So we gotta thank Matt. We never can forget that. We never can forget MVP taking the time during the pandemic to not social distance and do an interview with us.
And
While
shout out to Eddie Kingston for opening up his
and shout out
crib.
to Eddie Kingston for open up his house and crib to us, for to shoot that interview, man.
And
And
this was before Eddie Kingston. Yo, this was in the middle of Paul. Sorry, this hindsight. This in the middle of Eddie struggling with because like, everything's documented, right?
yeah,
AEW was his big break. There was no AEW
yeah,
when we was interviewing niggas. So
yeah.
Eddie was doing indie shit and was struggling to make ends meet.
NWA, yeah, he was
And
doing
open
ultimate,
up the crib for us to shoot low key. We goddamn was there for
low
like 4
key.
hours,
Thank
man.
Yeah, low key. Shout out to him. Yeah. So like, there's a lot of people we come across that we gotta thank on our journey, for just giving us the motivation to continue on and do what we're doing, what we've been doing.
Desmond Xavier slash
Desmond
Vice
Xavier,
Lord.
we can't thank our brother Des, man. So when I look back at everything that we done, and our passion for this industry, our passion for wrestling, um, um, I think I just want to thank everybody that we come across, and who's been a part of this journey. It's been crazy, um, and so happy to like bump into people at while in mania even, and shit, and to just share a drink with people or whatever it be, smoke a blunt with Matt Riddle. My first bong rip was with Matt Riddle. It was incredible. Like, so, my birthday, he got us tickets to NXT. It's crazy the shit that we actually were doing at 6, 7 years ago when we started doing this pod, and um, just looking back at it all, it's fascinating that the industry has grown so much and how things have changed. So yeah, shout out to everybody that's part of this, because when I think about it, man, it was special.
And,
It's been special.
and not even so much we talking about the wrestlers, right? Let's talk about the influencers. Let's talk about
Yeah,
our peers, right?
peers,
Who we kind of
Black Man Wrestling Podcast. Honestly, our brothers over there, brothers from another
that's
mother.
number one. Like being
Yeah,
able to link with them in Dallas,
WrestleMania in Dallas. Yeah,
it
All
was
Mania.
fire. You know what I'm saying? To be in Jerry's world, to be with them after just
Yeah, just
just
chopping it
cooking,
up
you know what I'm
in the
saying?
parking lot, kicking it. Yeah, and we were there for a
Honestly,
minute.
yo, I know. I want to honestly, bro. That was my last probably. Philly was fun. Philly was fun. I can't front. Philly was amazing. But like that, we was on such a high that Saturday, and then my son broke his leg the next day.
Oh my God, yeah, that was wild. Yeah, we were on a high for sure, and that was crazy in Dallas. And then that was right after I got this fucked up tattoo on my neck. You know, they spelled wrong. Yeah,
The
it's all
only
good.
day motherfuckers ain't use Google or spell check, motherfucker. Like you script writing motherfuckers ain't spell check shit, nigga.
Yo, man, it's crazy. But yeah, man, it was amazing, man. Just our journey to in Dallas and everything we did out there. The
Shout out to
people who've been a
Lexus
part.
Littlefoot too.
Lex
Seeing
Littlefoot, remember
her
her back in New York getting merchandise
selling
for
merch,
her.
my nigga. Now she
Yeah, now
wrestling.
she's wrestling. Just the evolution and growth of people, and that's what this is about. It's about the growth of us too, and moving forward. And that's why I'm moving forward with a new career and doing things. And he's doing. He has his family, and he's grown with the family. The kids, man, have gotten big. My godson is playing piano straight up all the key, knows
Oh,
all the
this little
keys,
motherfucker playing the drums now, cuz.
playing the drums.
I gotta send you a video. Yeah, man. So yeah, his godson, my youngest, is a musician. Christian the musician is what we call him around the crib. You know what I'm saying? He got no lie, he probably got close to 15 to 20 instruments already. Couple guitars, ukulele, got an
Wow,
accordion around this motherfucker, harmonica, drum set,
just he's a product,
got a
man.
violin around this
No,
mug.
he's a prodigy for sure.
Yeah,
He's all prodigy.
so
Growth
realistically,
skill,
like
That's
invested
cool.
in that, taking that motherfucker. I had to start taking them to Tampa and shit like that to go to, it's a music school out there. So I honestly want the shit that I wanted to do for myself. I do want to thrust into with,
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Skylar, man, we love you, man. Don't
What's
cry.
going
Don't stress
on,
us,
man?
man. We good, man. And this is just the evolution and growth, man. The
Evolution ain't a mystery.
evolution ain't a mystery. It's hard work, brother. But yeah, man. Listen, I'm going to make it out to Vegas. So I hope if you're there, cool. We'll link up and chill, and hang out again. I'm determined to make it out there, for one of the nights. And if not, I'll just be in the area, just get into whatever and just watching wrestling at home because I do prefer watching wrestling from the comfort of my house than being in the arena.
I
But
ain't
it'll
gonna
be
hold you,
cool.
nigga. That shit be weak as hell at the arena.
It's cool depending on the event. WrestleMania is like the only one I would go to in the arena, but um,
No, Rumble
no,
was litty.
the first
Rumble was litty in Tampa. I can't front.
yeah.
Rumble was nice. The
Mhm.
surprises, the debuts. So Rumble is an event that I would say you have to go to. But look, you know what's crazy, bro? Since I moved down here in 2018, I've been to opening Raw or SmackDown for like 4 years. I was on a 4 year run. 2018, 2019. Um, 2020 I have it clearly, but when they opened up, we went to Mania. So yeah, man, like, and the past couple of years is just the live event feature kind of just it's not a good experience after since like it's vastly different from after the pandemic. I can tell you that.
I like Dallas when we went to NXT. I liked going to
Dallas was before the
Jeff.
that was after
That was
that was
after.
after
That was after.
okay.
Wait, was it before? I could be wrong.
No, hold on. No, it was after. It was after.
After, because Tampa was before. We were there. We were down in Tampa.
You're right.
Even we were down in Tampa that weekend. We didn't go to the event because it was the first WrestleMania that they allowed people back. But we were in the area. We went to a lot of the Florida culture. We went to Blood. Was it
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport?
Yo, speaking of horticulture, that nigga West, that nigga is with horticulture now. He gonna have an event in Vegas. He only got a flyer and everything. Fourth rope, nigga.
West Side Gun.
Yeah, fourth rope was with
Okay.
culture, my nigga. So you
Okay.
know we gotta pull up to
Oh, we
that.
gotta pull up to that. So, uh, thank you so much, brother. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Um, Thank you. Yeah, we it's a thing where I would love to come on your pod whenever, and he will. And it's not we're never gonna do another pod again. We will possibly do like once or twice a year, just a special occasion thing.
I'm gonna be around. Bobby Heenan always gotta commentate, you know.
Yeah, Bobby Heenan, he'll find another, person to join. He'll find another person to join the Heenan family, and he'll continue to work. But this I gotta go for a little bit and go on a solo journey for myself, and settle things in. But as a weekly basis, yeah, we're not gonna be doing it anymore, and it's not a bad thing. It's a thing where we're going to continue to be in tune with the product as well as creating a new lane for ourselves, and maybe even in the wrestling business depending on where we go. We got to talk about it. um but yeah, we'd love to hop on your pod from time to time, and I'm sure Chris is always around to hop on and give his takes, and he might still do a solo show. Who knows?
Only thing we doing is smoking, and getting these jokes out. Listen, if my brother give me permission to come on and turn on these lights and mics, my nigga, because I still got a key under the mat as well. I ain't coming in doing no motherfucking back and forth, no y'all ain't getting no serious Chris on. I probably won't even raise my voice on this bitch if I'm dolo. I'm gonna come on this motherfucker, light a joint, and tell you how bad MJF and Jeff Jarrett is.
Oh my god.
Because if, let's get into the wrestling, baby.
Let's get into it. What do you want to talk about?
Hey, hey, let's get this shit out the way, cuz shout out to my brothers at Public Enemy Podcast. That nigga Graham put up a fucking viral clip where he let it off. So I'm quoting you, I'm sourcing you, my nigga. He said, did we ever motherfucking imagine for the bidding war of 2024 that this nigga MJF will be begging for his title via Jeff Jarrett? And I just had to retweet and said, boy. Like, nigga, because that's all we boy. The downfall has been precipitous, my nigga. Like, that shit has been motherfucking, bro. That bro, shout out to Graham for pointing out.
I listen. I know there's a lot of AEW fans, and I want AEW to succeed. I mean, trust me, I was a huge fan from the beginning of it, but they've shown their ass on numerous occasions on how they choose to do their television. And I can't co-sign any of it. The Death Riders thing, I was hoping that would take a better change things up and make a different approach to storytelling. It hasn't. When you have MJF going after the title through Jeff Jarrett in 2025, makes no sense to me. So there's things that I don't want to kill him anymore. I just want to say I wish the best to AEW. Clearly, the way you guys choose to tell your stories, doesn't vibe with me and a lot of people, and I'll leave it at that.
Well, I will say this, and it ain't, and this is why I'm trying to say, if I ever come on here and I do the show, it's gonna be for show to be like, hey man, say man, that shit is whack. Now
I've been waiting for you to do that this entire time, but when I leave, now you want to come out here.
No. This is what I'm about to say. Hold on. This is what I'm about to say.
The thing that
hold on, Chidi. This is full circle Chris moment right here. Because I was the flag waver. We did the show on my couch at my apartment. I said, when I was like, we got this, and we got this, and we got this, and Jericho even retweeted me. Was like, hey man, get a load of this brother over here. Because I was wild. But I saw it though. I said, what is going to keep me coming there? And to be quite honest, they have, without a shadow of a doubt, proved everyone who said anything negative about them correct. And when you came,
you can do revisionist history, but it wasn't always that way. When they started out, they were doing very, very well. They were they're competing with Raw and SmackDown. So I want to just keep that, and I don't want to just change history. When they lost,
I'm not going to change.
And then double down and losing CM Punk, two of their biggest stars, and then they can't really. Now they have no rudder.
Bro,
you gave. Honestly, I'm telling you right now, even now with the roster AEW has, they can have a better show than WWE today. It's not talent.
You gave Moxley Wrestler of the Year.
That was 2 years ago, brother. Get over it. He was.
Hold on, but that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not having revisionist history. I'm coming back full circle. He was trash then. He fucking trash now.
No, he wasn't trash then. Just because he's trash now doesn't mean that he was trash then. He was all over the freaking world wrestling. He held down AEW throughout all the drama. You got to understand something, bro. You can't just take 1 year and say, yeah, he was always trash. Let's stop it. Let's stop that narrative, because he wasn't. Right now, he's having a bad angle. He's still not a trash wrestler. It just comes down to the story's not good.
What storylines did he have in 2022?
The Eddie Kingston story. He had stories with Kenny Omega, and it was honestly one of the better years.
How did those two feuds end? Trash.
What are you talking about?
The Eddie Kingston feud with John Moxley ended trash. They had the championship match that was trash, and the Kenny Omega with John Moxley feud ended trash because they had the
So,
fucking exploded fucking thing.
so
That
at
was
the
a
end of the
trash
day,
fucking year. That was huge.
wrestler of the year, who wrestled and had great matches with everybody and on the card,
This goes
including
back to the
Darby Allin,
storytelling
including Orange
portion of what
Cassidy.
you were saying. The
But it's
story,
always been storytelling for AEW, period. Doesn't mean that you're not wrestler of the year. Some people will say Will Ospreay was wrestler of the year last year. Doesn't mean he had a great story the entire year. So let's be real. If you choose them wrestler of the year, you're talking about the wrestler themselves, not to have a storyline end.
no,
It's not just,
that. How does that? You can't compartmentalize that, brother. If you don't,
dude.
you can't be wrestler
If
of the
a
year.
wrestler is going out there doing their job and performing, going out there and performing every week, promos, matches, holding down company as their flagship guy, yeah, they deserved it. He
So
deserved it that
Osprey
year.
ain't that. Osprey ain't come out, had no promo of the year. Osprey had no feud of the year. He didn't hold down no fucking
I didn't
company.
choose him back. I didn't choose him
I
this
know,
year. Some
I
people
know.
did.
I'm not using you. What I'm combating is back to my point. When I started off my point, you wanted to say I did something. No, what I tried to do was do what you told me to do was give them fucking grace. I took your role. I was trying to find the good, and what I always said was fucking trash. I told you it was fucking trash in 2019. I told you it was trash when they was beating NXT and Ring. I didn't give a fuck then. I told you it was
Not
trash
true.
then, nigga. And I told you during the fucking
That's not
pandemic
true.
it was trash. I
That was
told you
not
that.
true.
I told you that. And then you was telling me Swerve was good. You was telling Hangman Page was good. You was telling me Orange Cassidy was good.
You can
You
do
was
that
telling me
now, but
FTR
that's
was
not
good.
true.
And I said, okay, I'm gonna hold on and see what you say. Hey, MJF is this good thing because he had a story with CM Punk. After that, he had I don't know what the fuck they done with that nigga since then. I don't know what the fuck they did since that dog collar match, my nigga. Wardlow, trash. Like I've been on the wave of saying this company is Titanic heading to an iceberg. So when you telling me time out, I can't talk my shit, my nigga. Nah, I can, cause I'm the nigga that started it.
And we can do the revisionist history thing. We can act like he was right all along. He wasn't. But there was a time that AEW was on a good trajectory, and they made really bad moves. They made
What
really
was the
bad
good
moves.
trajectory, Chidi? I'm asking you.
They were high in the
Because
ratings. They had
putting
great pay-per-views every single time. Even now, they still have good pay-per-views matches. So at the end of the day, when they told the story with Hangman Page and and the Elite, it was good. People tuned in every single week and enjoyed it. And the long term story we're telling with that, when they told the story with Swerve, when they telling the story with MJF, there's always a little bit of cheesiness throughout the entire AEW. I'm not going to hold you on that because we've always talked about that. But when it comes down to it, you're not going to sit here when you've defended AEW for the whole year last year and come here and say it's always been trash. So just stop it.
hold on. I defended them last year because you was again.
Because
I,
I was done.
you said you hold on. Your expert. You said AEW has the capital. They don't capitalize. So when I'm asking you, I'm saying, hey, when they do what you ask, are you going to give them the rope to hang themselves? You're like, nah, nigga, I'm not. And I only asked you why that because we waited that long with WWE. We did. So when you was telling me on the front end that them niggas had good people, they had good pay-per-views, they had good matches, they had decent storytelling. While you telling me that there's rope there, I'm asking you why you didn't extend it to them when they gave you what you asked for. They pulled the trigger on Swerve. They made Willow a fucking star.
I know they didn't make her a star. Stop that. They gave me enough.
You can't say Willow not a star if Willow doing the same thing Moxley doing. She going around the world winning championships too.
That doesn't mean she's a star. Moxley's been a star since he's been there. Are you really going to compare Willow and John Moxley? Stop it. Are we really doing that right now? Willow's star power is not on the same level as John Moxley. Stop it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and have to explain that to
right
you
now. It is, nigga.
Oh my god!
Look at the fucking ratings. You want to tout the ratings now?
I can't explain this to you.
You want to tout the ratings now, my nigga? Look at every fucking Moxley segment.
I can't
fucking ratings go down.
I can't explain this to you, man, bro. Right now, yeah, John Moxley ain't hitting, but it's not his fault. I think it's honestly just they haven't told good stories in AEW this year, and it's the only thing they've done well is him and was Swerve and Hangman, and then they kind of just dropped it. And Hangman has been mid since that, and he's good. But just because Hangman is a great wrestler with a great character, I can't penalize him for that and be like, yeah, you're not on the list of one of the best wrestlers last year. I can't. He's done everything in his power. So that's my philosophy when I choose best wrestler of the year: matches, promos, how consistent you've been, and John Moxley was that back in 2022.
But
So
I'm
let's
not having. Hold on, but I can't. Why can't I have? So this is what I'm trying to ask you. If we're looking at a quarterback with a 5-year career span, he had one fucking good year. Do you pay him, or do we say the scope of what that is what that is? So you
don't
can't. I'm
come
not
here and
having
tell me that
revisionist history.
quarterback. Don't come back and tell me that quarterback didn't have a good year though. That's my thing. Is
And
don't be like, oh,
he had a decent year, my nigga. He had a decent year. Like that year, I'm trying to be quiet.
he was
If
no. You gotta
the
understand.
company at
I
AEW
think
has
you
a
forgot how. I think you forgot how omnipotent John Moxley was when he won the NJPW championship, when he won the AEW championship,
I am
and
forgetting.
everything he was doing.
I am.
You know,
I'm dead ass. I'm not being facetious. I'm not doing it for argument's sake.
okay.
I'm being dead ass. Moxley did that in New Japan, and what I'm trying to tell you is New Japan ain't been this fucking cold since then, bro. I'm being
He's
dead
not.
ass.
But that's that. You can't compare that time
I'm
to this time.
correlating it. I'm correlating.
It's
I have
not
no
due
choice.
to Moxley though. Like it's not just him running these companies. You feel
Hold
me?
on.
Like so I'm
I'm
just defending me giving him a rest of the year 2022. That's all I'm trying to do. You
no,
know?
but what I'm trying to tell you is that Moxley. The what I'm trying to say is, if you can follow me, the company revolving around Moxley is not a good company for me. So in
Okay.
2022, when the omnipotence of Moxley was that, I was checked the fuck out. We got the tape.
No,
I
you were
didn't
still
like
watching
that shit.
MJF. You didn't like him. I know you've always not liked this guy.
But I
So
didn't.
that's he's your,
But
so
and
you
what
just
I'm
have a
saying
thing with
is,
Moxley. You've never
no,
liked Moxley. That's cool.
if the company, but bro, it's Moxley and Jericho. I'm checked the fuck out. It's Moxley and fucking Hangman when he knocks him out with the concussion, so that program is stalled out. I'm checked the fuck out. It's Moxley and CM Punk where they dueling over who wants to do the job. I like the scope. Yes, he held the company together during turmoil. When he came back, it was when he had the little dangling earring coming back from fucking his stint. I'm paying attention to see what they're going to do if it's going to be different because Moxley is a 3-time champion. I'm not forgetting that. The first reign, I'm not forgetting his first reign as champion. I'm looking who's the fuck taking it off of him. His second reign was only given to him because
Right
Punk was
now,
hurt.
right now,
His third
right
reign, I'm waiting for who the fuck takes it off of him.
right now, I think Eddie Kingston should take it off. If I was building and I was writing a story, I would write it so Eddie Kingston's the guy to take it off. But I can't trust AEW at this point. I can't trust them to do at least with because the reason what pisses me off the most with AEW is that it's so simple, the things that they do, and they choose the opposite of what just is obvious. You know, Kyle Fletcher should have won the Continental Classic because they were pushing him so hard. But then they push a guy just to just demote him completely. They did the same thing with Hangman this year. They did the same thing with Chris Statlander. They did the same thing with Willow, where they'll get person hot just to immediately put cold water on them.
Nigga,
Wardlow, they
Hobbs got a
can't, they
fucking
can't,
championship match with Moxley next week, bro.
and
How
he's
the
about
fuck
to
that's gonna
lose.
go?
And he's about to, exactly. So Hobbs already pour cold water on him after he got him. It's like they can't find a way to build one person consistently throughout the year. They can't figure it out. All the people that are stars in AEW were stars before they got there, or somehow made themselves a star like MJF within AEW themselves. Like other than that, who
And
have they
even once you
created?
get yourself over there, nigga, there's only so much that you can do before you get some cold water. But bro, Ricochet debuted in London. Now this nigga doing
Well, Ricochet, I think that can go. I
he
think
can
that can
work.
go
I think
somewhere.
he can work, but I
I
mean,
think
God
that can go
damn,
somewhere.
brother,
Yeah.
like, bro.
I
But
think he
still,
probably can be a good heel, but I just don't trust them booking and moving forward with anybody. It's just I can't. So I
but
can't. And I didn't want to start with AEW, but
no,
here
I'm
we are.
starting with. I'm getting the bad out. I'm getting the. We're doing. We're getting the bad out the way. We're getting the bad out the way.
The
This gets the juices flowing, so I can just rap.
Yeah. I feel you. But yeah, if to be fair to you and your point, right now, yes, Moxie ain't Kanye. I was giving him some grace because this company needed a pivot. But what I'm seeing with Moxie is that we're getting more of the same. It's not like this. I thought there'd be more focus on why the Death Riders are doing what they're doing and strategically planning. It just seems chaos. And it doesn't seem like you're a leader. It doesn't seem like you're running the company. It doesn't seem like there's any focus on what you're doing to actually change AEW. And then you bring back Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega got kicked out by the Elite, the Young Bucks, and now he's looks depressed in the ring talking about his return. And I think he's had a promo with Will Ospreay. And like there's so much disjunction in how they
It
tell the
it
story.
makes my fucking dick limp, brother. I like I you know how shit gets you like wrestling. Sometimes wrestling can be like, oh shit, nigga, like I can't wait. Monday, we in a group. It's like school, motherfucker. Monday I'm tapped in now. Oh shit. Monday, the anticipation,
Oh my God, yeah.
the lunchroom. Your mom gonna let you stay up tonight? I already asked her, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Like it's already, nigga. It was so amazing. And what I'm saying, and I know, pause, whatever. When I say make your dip, in AEW, it's Wednesday. I got Max too, motherfucker. I'm watching the Penguin. You know what I'm saying? I niggas told me to check out the new Joker. It's a musical.
Look,
I ain't never
I,
like
I,
I don't like I have
listen, in terms of AEW, I'd rather do
no
anything else. I'll play Marvel Rivals. I'll
nigga.
hop on
The,
Madden.
did you hear
I'll
the
read a
intro
comic book.
music to them niggas? I'm so excited. I turned this shit off, motherfucker.
But let's talk about Monday though. Let's talk about the anticipation for Monday though. Did it? Because honestly, it ain't all good for me on
No,
Monday
it was
either.
listen, I this is what I took from it. Raw was broadcast to I don't know how many millions of people. And this was a very casual reintroduction to those who were tapping in and gave those who have been following some level of comfortability to not have us kill it. Because we also have to remember this is a weekly episodic show. So the first show is not your pilot, but it is your pilot. And more oftentimes than not, your pilot has a lot of and then there's more nuanced things within the show that you have to follow if you like the show enough. So that pilot
The
episode was a
pilot,
really good pilot. It was a really
I don't
great.
think so. I don't think so. I don't think it was. I think what the pilot did was to show people, hey, we're on Netflix, and these
We're
are
still
all
as big
the
as what you
people.
thought it was. We're
Huh?
right for people who for people to say I haven't watched wrestling since blank. This showed people we're still as big as when you left it.
Yeah, I'll tell you
I
that,
like
and,
that.
and that's a flex in its own right. But what a
It's a big
pilot
flex.
episode does for me, a pilot should have an inciting action, meaning that this is also what you should expect to come, and this is also why there's a conflict. There's not one thing we got to stir up conflict for next week or moving forward. What
That's
we got
not
was
true.
no, what we got was resolution. We got resolution on Liv and Morgan. We got Rhea and Liv Morgan. We got resolution on Roman and the Bloodline. It looked like resolution for CM Punk and Seth. Obviously, that could go on, but they didn't show nothing to say, "Oh man, I wonder how he's going to respond to this next week." To me, that's what I didn't get that. What I also had a problem with the things that the core fan base is looking to that they set up, not that we just made up in our own mind. You guys set up a whole interaction with Rock and Cody after WrestleMania. He gave him back something we don't know what it is. He said, a gift that he gave him. He whispered in his ear something we don't know what he said. We he took his title. He wore, hey, I want to see how this feels. All that. So we're like, are they building a Rock and Cody angle? Then you fast forward to Bad Blood. After Bad Blood, The Rock shows up. He does the 1, 2, 3 throw slit, and we're like, all right, The Rock clearly is, not supportive of this, tag team with The Rock and with Roman and Cody. And then he shows up on Netflix, and it's just this corporate guy who's like, hey, we're doing great things here at WWE. And I get the optics they want to put out for that, but they did that by doing that. You killed it. The Rock killed the angle. And if they're not going there, fine. I'm cool with it. I'm not too picky, but you guys shouldn't have done everything previously then.
We don't
On
know
top of
what
that,
they're doing though. We don't know if it's killed or not, brother.
no, you coming out there and like already like shaking hands with Cody and saying you're doing great for the business, all that stuff. To me, yeah, you're killing the angle that you set up. You then coming out and putting the Ulafala on Roman. All right, there's no tension for you and Roman either. So right now there is no tension for Roman and Rock. There's no tension for Cody and Rock. All right, to me, he has killed both of those matches.
Can we just stay right here before you go on, bro? How you know? How we know what the boss is doing? How we know how
And
he
then he
thinking?
comes out on Netflix and he says, oh, you're nice to Cody and all stuff, as if we're the problem. I don't like that. The Rock is like this toxic, masculine dude that's always right. Because when the fans say, "Hey, man, this was kind of suspicious," he has to come out and clown the fans.
What
Like,
are
why
you
is he always
talking
got
about?
to do that?
I'm asking you. Because you're um I just don't understand how you say he killed something, and then when he comes back and is like, "Hey, you don't know what the fuck we killed. Just let me tell you the fucking story you want to tell you." Like, no, you killed it.
No, to me, that night does not fit in with everything they've built prior. It's a complete juxtaposition of everything you built prior. So can we at least agree on that? Like that,
But what
where
I
the
just
fans have a reason to be like, "What the fuck was that?" When we just saw you last year, you know,
what hold on. What okay. What I'm trying to understand is, are we going to be smart or are we going to suspend disbelief or are we going to be both? And it's hard for you to be both, right? And I think we just need to stay in the smart element of things so we don't insult our intelligence too much, trying to
you
fit
gotta
in.
be real though.
Hold
I'm
on,
trying to be real.
can I just
Go ahead, finish.
get
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
through
finish. My bad. Go ahead.
what I to if you're that's what I'm trying to get to. If we're being real, we're being smart. The Rock just got and divested more stock to have him put over $42 million within WWE. That has been reported. The Rock, we talked about WrestleMania and Rock business and what he has an interest in everything. We're smart, so we have to be real. He weaseled himself. We was real about he weaseled himself to be in WrestleMania somehow. That was real. That was for the business. That was him trying to play both sides. That Netflix special was him also in that same realm where he's like, I have to give credit to when we just said carrying a company. We tried to talk about that with Moxley. No, this nigga right here really carrying a company, Cody. This Netflix thing that we have right here is also built off the back of what this man has done. He just gave him congratulatories. Also, when after WrestleMania, let's not for if you want to say let's be real, was there animosity after WrestleMania? Was there what were they like tension? Was they about to fight? Were they about to was it like blood feud? No, it was cordial. And that was after him beating his ass in the rain with the belt. So let's talk about it all being real. In all
It was
that,
tension. It was tension. Legitimately, there was tension. Absolutely. Just
after
because they're
hold on,
cordial after he has
wait.
won after WrestleMania, the Raw after WrestleMania, just because they haven't fought doesn't mean there's not tension. You know, there's just because Seth and CM Punk can put on a promo and they don't go to blows doesn't mean there's not tension. I think everything The Rock said in the Raw after Mania gave tension to Roman, to Cody, that he did not really respect him all the way. And he also was saying that, yeah, I'm not on the same side as you. He clearly said, I don't want the gift you gave me, and he gave it back. There's a lot of and mind you, didn't have to do any of that. So the fans are like, oh, what did he
You
give
didn't
him
have to
back?
do any of what.
Well, let me hear me out. What giving him back the gift. He didn't have to then wear his title and say, yeah, I think it looks good on me. All the things that he did to set up almost a program between him and Cody didn't have to take place on the Raw after Mania. And he said, okay, the final boss will always be watching. He's gonna be back. All right. Then after Bad Blood, the whole 1, 2, 3 throat slit thing, after seeing him and Cody team up, and then Roman comes back for the save, all that stuff. My problem is when the fans say, "Hey, that's not really in line with what you were doing. What's going on here?" And you just ignore all the story and go into corporate mode. Don't come back and act like the fans are saying anything
Chidi, he
crazy.
just did it for WrestleMania. He just did it for WrestleMania. He literally just did it, and me and you had the conversation in text and on podcast when he did the same thing. We just had that conversation. He did the corporate thing. He came back and said that he set up on that SmackDown in Birmingham, Alabama, my hometown. When he came back and or I'm sorry, or in Colorado, he might have came back. It was Colorado. When he came back and it was one of those SmackDowns, and he said maybe I should sit at the head of the table, teasing a program with Roman Reigns before WrestleMania, and that didn't happen, and he didn't have to do that. So what I'm
Because
saying,
the fans, it was going to happen because the fans came out and had a whole Cody movement, man. Like, let's not act like that's not like different
a
than.
Cody movement?
Are you fucking dumb? You know damn well that the fans put Cody in that spot against Roman on WrestleMania. There was a whole movement online, and that's the whole the whole freaking we want Cody thing. Yes. Like, what are you talking about, Cody movement?
But okay, bro, if you're gonna, so what are you saying? If there's corporate actions and then he didn't have to do either or on both things, what are we saying right now? Because he didn't
Okay.
have to
Let
set
me
up
let
the
me, let me,
table.
let me make it simple. All right. So you got corporate Rock, and he obviously is head of TKO. So like we can establish that. We also have the character The Rock, who did everything as a character, and was setting up a match with Roman. Then the fans said no, and then he turned heel to the final boss. He had the tag team match with Rock, Bloodline Rules, to see who's going to face Roman next night, and or to see the rules of the match with Roman next night. Him and Roman win. He pins Cody. So The Rock wins and pins Cody. Cody then beats Roman and is a champion the next night. Excuse me. So the fans got what they wanted. They wanted Cody to finish the story. You know why the fans had a problem with that? Because we're building the story all year long before The Rock got there. So I'm not sure why you can't understand that
Well,
when The
weren't
Rock
we?
shows up.
I'm asking the question. Weren't we building up Rock and Romano before Cody even got there?
No, I think that
The fans weren't doing the same thing that they did with Cody. What are we talking about? Well, us fans weren't the same fans that said
okay.
Rocket Tribal Chief final. Like we wasn't doing that.
Okay. Let me be clear. I think that there's online discourse of like what could happen with Roman. Yeah, Rock and Roman, could that be a match one day? There was. But I'm talking about when Cody came, there was on television building of a story. Those are two different things. If the fans are just chatting, like, yeah, we would love to see CM Punk and Stone Cold. Like, fans can talk. But when they come on TV and say Cody's about to finish a story, he loses to Roman one year, he has to build himself back up, he has to go through Brock Lesnar and everybody else and build himself back up. I believe that that should be on the plate of what we can all agree upon, including the fans and the company. So the fans and the company agree that, all right, Cody has this whole finish the story angle. He's talked on press conference that he really wants the WWE Championship. He could have went after the World Championship with Seth Rollins. No, he didn't really want to do that. He's already spoke that he would he wants the title his dad had. So we are all bought in on a storyline at that point. It's different than the fans just saying, "Hey, man, we would like to see The Rock versus Roman. That would be a cool match." That's different. They have not built a Rock Roman match on television until The Rock showed up and said, maybe I should sit at the head of the table. That's the first time we saw The Rock saying that he would be willing to face Roman at WrestleMania. The problem was we were already invested. And I think that's where I'm getting at, is that the fans' investment matters. AEW, take a hint. The fans' investment in your product matters long-term, story, week to week. It can't just be chaos. So when The Rock says what he says, the fans say, "Hey, hold on. We want that, but we're already invested in Cody finishing the story." A guy who's never won a WWE championship at that point, who's been kicking ass. He had great angles, Wrestler of the Year 2023. I think we all were on Cody's side. He was a super over babyface in the company. We would like to see Rock and him get another chance at Roman. After he won the Royal Rumble, so he won the Royal Rumble, so he gets to choose who he gets to face at WrestleMania. Why wouldn't Cody choose Roman? And logically, we can talk about how logically, if you respect the fans and you respect what you've told the fans to this point, oh, okay, yeah, Cody finishing the story.
Okay.
Can't wait. Before you cut me off, let me just finish what I'm saying. Cody finishing the story. We showed that on TV. He won the Royal Rumble. He gets to choose the championship. He gets to go after. The fans are like, hold on. We've been invested in this. Let's have him go after Roman. We all saw it. My thing is, you don't want to, on screen, tell the fans, say, hey, look what's going on here. Invest in this thing, and then take it back unless it makes sense. I think that's what The Rock did then with the Roman and Rock build, where he just came and said, I'm The Rock. You want Roman and Rock, right? It's a bigger match. We're like, hold on, we're invested in the story. Now he's kind of like, okay, Netflix is bigger than everything. Let's just let me go out here and kind of kill the program with me and Cody. Let me go out, kill the program with me and Roman. Let's see where it goes. And maybe they're trying to get Rock and Roman this year. I don't know. But my point is that every action The Rock took was contradictory to the actions he took since WrestleMania. And I don't think that's I don't think we can disagree on that.
We are disagreeing on it. And if the reason why we're disagreeing, the reason why I listened to you, I was paying attention. I had you on YouTube listening to you. The correlation, what I don't get is how you want to make the correlation other outside of the fact that what fucking story did he kill? He made one ancillary statement to Roman, and you said that got pivoted into something that people fucking invested in the Cody and Rock. He didn't kill shit. We can't say that the fucking, we can't put in a Venn diagram Rock versus Roman, Cody versus Roman, Rock versus Cody. They not in the same fucking group.
Okay, let me ask you something. What did the whole thing? Why did he show up at Bad Blood? What was that for? Like that whole interaction he did.
Cody, who the fuck knows? Who knows? I can't even remember Bad Blood as to what was the match. It was a tag team match.
My thing is, you're showing The Rock go backstage, hug everybody, and like, why are they showing that when we just saw him as a final? Why are we doing that? Now, granted, if in due time it makes sense, I'll come. I mean, I can't not say I'm gonna come back here, but I'll tell you in a text, hey, you know what? You're right. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you, as we sit here right now, we can't sit here and act like, yeah, it's kind of like questionable how he acted on that show, considering the things he did previously this year or last year.
I'm trying to say, if we're being smart, be smart. Netflix didn't get them niggas $500 billion after
Do that in a press conference, and you don't have to do that on the show. And that's my difference between me and you. It doesn't have to be on the show.
Backstage wasn't during the show, nigga. That's on Instagram. That ain't that. That's
on the show. They showed it on the show.
They show him. They show him hugging Cody.
And they announced he's gonna be on Netflix. Yeah, all that stuff happened on the show as he was leaving. So like all that stuff happened on the show. I'm like, what the fuck is So as a storyline goes, I think it would have been interesting to see a little bit different. Give props to the people who are in this company But then you gotta switch your character to be like, listen, at the end of the day, we still got unfinished business, and we'll handle that at another time. At least even that one line, be like, all right, The Rock still got some things to address with these people, with The Rock and Roman, Rock and Cody. Even like I know a lot of
That's him
people
saying
wanted.
telling Mama Rose hi ain't the same thing.
No,
That I
that's
just
not. That was just like a tongue in cheek like joke they had. Oh, ha 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 ha
tongue
ha.
in
We have.
cheek joke. I
Oh,
beat your ass in front of your mama with a belt. That ain't tongue in cheek. That's to put in the back of your
yeah,
mind. I'm still here, nigga.
Cody is. Go back and watch it. Cody was laughing. He was laughing. It was more like, "Hey, we squashed what we had. There's no beef." That's what it felt like. That was more of like a tongue-in-cheek joke. Go back and watch it. It's not like, "Oh, that was like a dig at him," and like, "Oh, that was disrespectful." No, it was more like, "Hey, like that
Hey,
storyline wise, tell
I'm
Mama
gonna be
Rose say hi.
I'm gonna be honest.
He's doing a great job."
You fought a nigga. You fight a nigga and say, tell Mama 2K I said hi, my nigga. You laughing tongue in cheek saying I we squashed
If
it.
I'm telling if me and you are on a wrestling show and I say, yo, tell Mama Chris I say hi after I'm out of character in the ring and everybody's just smiling and joking after giving you props like yo, you are killing it. You've been the quarterback of this company and all that stuff. That is not the same thing as me in character saying, tell Mama Rose I said
I'm
hi.
asking you I'm asking you
It's
the
two different
tone.
things.
So what's the tone? What was the difference in tone as Final Boss and Rock after Mania and this past Raw?
How about you go back and watch both of them and you tell me? Like, it's not that hard to see that this version of The Rock was more of a this more felt like a Dwayne Johnson endorsement. That's
If
what it
I
was. It was
just
like,
said let's be smart, and I said, hey, take the
I'm being
fucking
as smart as
you
you can. Your problem is that you all you think is smart is the
can't be
business.
you can't.
My being smart is generally equally acknowledging both. That's
Hey,
being
Rocky was being
real.
smart for wrestling.
Equally acknowledging both the
If hold on,
storyline and the business side of what you got to
Rock
accomplish
could
on
have
wrestling.
swung his dick and said, I don't give a fuck about storyline. I don't give a fuck about your moment. I don't. He recognized the money. So Cody got recognized in the moment. That's being smart. Cody got recognized in the moment because the money made sense. And Cody fucking times 10 that in the past fucking however months, my nigga. I can give you a tip of the cap on fucking camera without killing the story. I don't know what you're talking about. You're telling me he killed the fucking story all because he said, thank you for getting us to the point of where we're at here. I don't know how the fuck you say that.
I think that means you have a different opinion on what a television show should be as far as wrestling, and that's the dichotomy of wrestling. It's like there's a thin line between the business and real life, and then also the story. I want to equally acknowledge both. We can both say, yeah, you know what? The fans have a reason to be like, all right, that's a little confusing for watching it as a television show. But because we watch every single week, but people were just watching for the first time and they don't know what's going on. Then it's just like, oh, The Rock is just showing you Roman Reigns, he's showing you Cody Rhodes. These are the stars now, and it makes sense. So
Can
we
we
can
talk?
acknowledge both of that,
Yes,
and
yes.
we don't gotta be like, oh, it's just not
No,
smart
no,
to do it this
no,
way.
no.
It's only smart this way. Like, what the fuck?
Kitty, can you pause right there? What has The Rock done that made sense prior to? For you to wonder in storyline, it will make sense now. If I just said that this show was pretty much to bring in, if we're compartmentalizing, even when you just asked me, why did he throw Slash? Let me ask you, why the fuck did he throw Slash? You don't fucking know. So we
Do
don't
you?
know.
So all right.
We don't know. We don't know why
I'll
he throw. We
ask.
don't know if the throw slash was the Cody, was it the Solo, was it the Roman? We don't know. Nothing he's done made sense. We don't know.
That's what my key is. Nothing he has done made sense, and there we go. That's where we can agree on. Let's move on.
But that didn't kill Raw
I'm going
for
around in
me.
circles.
But that didn't kill Raw for me. I
It didn't
opened
kill
up
Raw
and
for
said,
me either.
I just opened up and
But
you
I had an issue with it.
And what I'm saying, the issue that you had with it, again, here we are, just agreed to disagree. The issue that we had with it is that it didn't make sense to you. Okay, but nothing he's done on camera has. So I'm not going to take away from what that might, when we just said how it was electrifying and how that did not take away. Honestly, that was not my takeaway from Raw.
All right, so what
Us
was your
spending as
takeaway
much
from
time as
from
we
the
did on it, that was not
what?
my
Okay,
takeaway.
what was your takeaway from the intro of Raw and all that stuff? What
My
is your takeaway?
my every arena is not going to look like the Intuit Dome. So let's not get
Okay,
let's not have our brain think that.
Yeah, of
It was
course.
an amazing visual event for that particular arena.
Night. Yeah.
So I want to say that. Um, Jay Drew disappointed me. If we want to talk about in ring, we want to talk about wrestling. That Rock shit don't matter. He ain't wrestling. Cody and Rock.
All right, move on. Let's go.
Well, I'm just saying. What I'm saying. You want to talk about things that make sense. There's continuity of things. That story that they've been telling. Drew and Jay is something that has been a storyline. If I want to talk about something that I'm disinterested in, or something I did not like, or something that I want to know how to go, I would start there because that portion of Drew and Jay it did not do anything for either one of them. That match was not good, and I don't know where they go from that because Drew needs a change. Drew's too good. He's on fire too much. He's right now the MVP of WWE as far as everything. And most improved MVP, whatever the fuck you want to get, all pro, give him all the goddamn awards. Drew did not and does not deserve to be saddled with losing to Jay on a roll up when he has all the momentum in the world and beating his ass. That was your opportunity for you to fucking make Drew instead of make Jay. Jay's a made man.
Every babyface won that night, and I was like, why didn't Drew win? Like Drew is the guy you want to win. You know, every single babyface won the entire night, and I don't. I'm to second that. I didn't like Seth losing either, but you can talk. I mean, that's just my opinion. But no, I agree with you. Drew and Jay, I think it left a lot on the table. It's not, they've wrestled before and had better matches, and then the roll up, you know, was interesting. But what do you think about Travis Scott's intro with Jay?
I mean, again, it's something. It was good. It's something that we should not get used to, or something that we should not like kind of expect. You know what I'm saying? Again, like it was. That was why I'm intrigued at what Raw looks like this week. I just wanted to see. What like I wanted to see how it was streamed. I just wanted to see the talking, the react. Like Twitter's on fire when Raw's live and everybody has access and it's casual. That's what made it. That's what made it hot for me.
Well, they got like a million more
next week.
They got a million more viewers than they typically get. So off the bat, going to Netflix is working for them. That's just in the States. And then globally, it was like another 2 million because it's typically like around 2 million. It was 2.9 in the States. So I just round up to like a million. And then it was like 4.5 worldwide or something like that. So this is a huge success for Netflix and WWE. Let's make that clear. Me, storyline wise, so I'm saying for a pilot show, I wonder how they're gonna maintain storyline attention of people because I think that if The Rock, for instance, with the Roman match and Solo, I liked the match, I enjoyed it. KO's appearance was really cool. It was surprising when he hit Solo, Roman with the stunner. Did not expect that. Then Cody comes out to to save and whatnot. After the match, if The Rock came out with the Gulafala, and instead of putting it on Roman, put it on himself. That right there is enough for me to be like, okay, the fans who are watching this can see the story for themselves for the first time. You're watching for the first time, you can understand that. Oh no, he doesn't deserve that. The Rock, Roman deserves it. He just won the match, right? But The Rock then, coincides with the bloodline, and Solo came with the attack on Roman after that, and they walk away with the Gulafala. That sets something up for even the new fans to be like, oh man, is he gonna get that back? What happened is like there was a culmination for everything. So when a pilot episode, you want to set an inciting action so the fans are, oh, how is this gonna end up? They didn't have that one time during the show, whether it was Seth Rollins, even if Seth Rollins jumped CM Punk after the match, that can be like, oh, how's he gonna respond next week? Everything felt like a culmination and it was over. So that's my biggest, I think, missed opportunity. Because even if I was a fan who was watching this for the first time in a long time, no, it's wrestling, and then I might not watch next week because they had wrestling matches.
That's a lie. The reason why you'll watch next week is because it's spectacular. Why the fuck it looked the way it did. You want to see next week. If
You
you're a
talk about
casual
story though. What story is going to
nigga,
grab the audience?
niggas don't come to if we that's what I'm trying to say. Take that off. Casual fans ain't coming for stories. Casual
Do you
fans
think
is
casual fans are not coming for stories? No, it's not true.
no, I don't.
Casual fans came for
No.
this, and if they came for the spectacle, they won't be consistent fans. That's my
But
point.
but that
Story is what keeps people
that's
watching
not
the show.
but
Doesn't matter if you're
that's
watching How I Met Your Mother or Rick and Morty or freaking Love and Hip Hop. It's stories that keep people watching television.
that's
Period.
not that's not really true all the time, bro.
What are you
Because
talking about? Even in sports, we have like tell a story of people, so it gets people gravitated to the
what
showing.
I'm trying to tell you is if the job was to make wrestling look as big as popping as it was when Stone Cold and The Rock, it did that.
If
It
you think
the crowd was full. The spectacular was big. They have old rappers there. Niggas will come back next week to see if it looks the same. Guarantee it. And it
all
may
right,
not be 4.9, my nigga, but if they fucking can get an extra fucking 1.5 over the course that they did
what
not
you
have,
just
that's a
said,
win, bro.
what you just said is they can't replicate that every week. You just said that there's not going to be as many celebrities in the audience. There's not going to be as many. The Rock not going to be there. Hulk Hogan and Undertaker are not going to be there. So let's be real about this, bro. What is going to keep your you? That's great for your first show. I think you should have had all that. Good. I'm not saying take that away. What I'm also saying is add in an exciting event to keep people also who are coming for story. Because if you came to see Travis Scott and you're like, oh shit, he took his follow too. I wonder how Roman's gonna respond to that. You might check in back when Roman's back. That's my thing.
Nobody came for Travis Scott. What? Okay, the casual people that came to watch Raw it's on Netflix. Nobody came with the expectation for anything. That's where I want to just take that out. The new people that came and saw a spectacle are not coming to when they left wrestling. Wrestling wasn't all about story. It was about spectacle. 98, we talk about drinking beers and stunnering girls and tables and shit like that. Niggas don't remember stories when they left in 98, 99. They remember the spectacle. So if they come back to a spectacle, they like, oh shit, wrestling's still popping. Who's this new nigga? Whatever. Rock giving fucking Roman. You got new bitches like, oh shit, it's new Samoans and shit like that. Niggas is discovering people, and Rock giving Roman that allows people to come back and see Roman again. They'll follow Roman. They'll come back and the sneakerheads is coming to look for Roman's new sneakers, nigga. Like it's a whole it's a whole different shit, nigga.
That's the whole thing they're doing.
It's a whole different
3
shit.
hours.
Hell, nigga.
3 hours just to see what Roman sneakers are.
It's soul kicks, nice kicks. Twitter's
I mean,
going.
it's cool. It's cool.
So
it's cool. It's a cool talking point because people are watching and all that stuff. But
casual.
no one's gonna be like, oh man, Roman wore those fly kicks, those Kobe's. I gotta watch next week to see if he wears them again. Like I don't like. Let's be real. That's the difference between me and you. Like, I see the business side of things.
You don't know.
I think you add in the spectacle and add in one layer of story that says that somebody's like, oh, okay, this is a whole new era, and we gotta see the finish to this story. You gotta set something up on any television show on the pilot. They set up who is the good guy, or who's the protagonist, and what they're trying to get. Because right now Rhea already got the championship. Roman got the Olafala. CM Punk got the victory. It's over. Let's be real. Not one thing is like, okay.
Started Monday. His story, the promo. I'm sorry. You're not and it wasn't story enough for you when he cut the fucking promo.
Only thing that was there was John Cena is the thing that set up a angle for the year where people are like, oh, is John Cena going to win 17th championship? I think that's the only thing that was an exciting event on Netflix on the first night.
Okay.
And I got to hand it to them. If that's the one thing they're going on, maybe that people will come back and say, okay, John Cena going to win the Royal Rumble. And maybe that's good enough.
I'm coming back for Punk here story. I don't know about
you. Who I'm talking about.
I'm just saying you can't say a story ain't start. And I'm a casual, and you can't tell me that I don't like. I'm the one who said, me and you are different. I'm not the story guy. You are the story guy. I am the match guy. I'm the spectacle guy. I'm the one that was just saying AEW got matches. Fuck it, watch the
You be
match. Like, no,
lying, bro.
hold on.
You're a storyline on the low. You just don't want to admit it. But I feel you. You'll downplay it though. I feel you.
But that's what I'm saying. So get me. So get me. I get you on the resolution portion. Okay. I'm not knocking you on that. But my nigga, Rock promo of him saying he's the Master Chief or whatever the fuck he called himself, you know, is that higher than the tribal chief?
High chief?
High chief is higher than the tribal chief, right? My nigga,
well, he's legitimately like got a ceremony in Samoa and he's the high chief. And we'll see how that plays into a story if they're going that well.
So Rocky, so stay with Rocky starting the show saying I'm the high chief, and he's giving the Ulafala to the tribal chief. That's not a story that people can follow, or that's the story that you like.
I don't think they would. You gotta understand if you're casual, I don't think they're picking that up from the first segment all the way to when he put that on. I don't think a casual was like, oh yeah, he said he was.
That's the only Rock started the show. He did what he did with. We talking about what we talking about. He started the show. He started the show. He did the thing with Cody. You didn't like that. They have the match. Rock said, "I'm gonna be watching to see who the thing." That's a thread. That's a thread. When Rock comes out at the end of the night, that's a thread. So
I don't think the majority of fans, period, are picking that up as High Chief put the Bullfella on the Tribal Chief. I don't think. I don't. Maybe you see it that way. I don't think the majority of fans are talking about that online. I'm not hearing that conversation on YouTube. Me, I don't. I think that was just an endorsement of The Rock saying, "Hey, he's the guy, guys. Look at him. He's the new Rock hero. Who he's the guy you should."
But he's only the guy until what? He has a ceiling. He's the guy. Yeah, yes. That's what I'm trying to say. If we're being smart, if we're logic and all this shit, I can't be the only one that's the contrarian portion of this, my nigga. He's the guy. I came out and stated that I'm the final boss. I'm the Rock is. You just said he's egotistical. It's bigger than this. You can't separate the two when they're so intertwined. That's what I'm trying to say. So there is a lot of blurring of the lines that sometimes we don't want to see because we think there should be a differentiation. But that nigga is Dwayne The Rock Johnson, my nigga, right? There's a difference between Steve Williams and Steve Austin. You dig what I'm saying? Like, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's not Stone Cold Steve Williams, my nigga. That nigga name is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I have embodied my shit, my nigga. There's not Paul Triple H Levesque. It's Paul Levesque and there's Triple H, right? There's Shawn Huckleberry and there's Shawn Michaels. That's the only motherfucker we know that we have to be like, I don't really know if he acting or not. Right?
No, I think just because he puts The Rock in the middle of the name doesn't mean that he's not, playing a certain type of guy, a certain type. When he goes to an interview,
look at his movies. Look at his movies. He plays The Rock in the movies, my nigga. Like he's
not a great actor, but he's
not a great wrestler, my hello. Hey.
I'm not. He's a great wrestler. Let's be real. I can't say that. He's like all encompassing. The Rock's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Not like you're talking about just technical wrestling. No, he's not that. But like he's like as a wrestler, yeah, he has charisma, he has promo ability, all that stuff. But like what I'm talking about, I think that just because he puts The Rock in the middle of the name doesn't mean that he doesn't choose his spots on when to be character and when to be like corporate, Dwayne Johnson and more PR.
He's not
The Rock is very PR trained, so it's not like
trained because of The Rock. That's what I'm trying to say. Dwayne Johnson does not get in those rooms without The Rock, bro.
Listen. He got his career through that, yeah. But like
he got the charisma through that.
I think what I'm trying to say is that all wrestlers have, including Stone Cold, including Triple H, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins just talked about it on Chris Wembley's interview. There's Seth Rollins, and then there's Drew left. Seth Rollins has a bigger closet than he has. As you talked about, like he looks at it differently. I think The Rock does the same thing. When he came out there, I think he was more of the businessman, just the guy who's gonna put over the company and tell you guys, hey man, come back and watch this. This is what it is now. It's been great, having a great couple of years, and let's go into the new era. Like, and just like Triple H did when he started. That's not the Triple H. I mean, that was Paul Levesque when the whole show started, introducing the show. So I do think there's a difference, bro, and I think how they interact. Now, when he goes into like the final boss and when he cuts a promo on the fans and all that stuff, that's a character. That's not who he is. I think he was speaking from the heart when he was out there.
When he's on a
Put it
Pat
that way.
McAfee show, my nigga, he's what? The Rock or Dwayne Johnson?
I think he's Dwayne Johnson. I do think that I think Dwayne Johnson has an issue with
You
people having
called
a problem.
Cody
Yeah, I was
Clyburn
getting to that. I was getting to that. Yeah, I think that was him genuinely calling out fans. I think that's Dwayne Johnson upset that, yeah, the fans didn't want me and The Rock. I think his ego was hurt a little bit. I genuinely feel that way when that happened. I think that he had, all right, then how we do this. And he did business. He did the business the right way, gave Cody his spot and found a way for him to also be included into WrestleMania and make it even bigger than it was. So and that's good business, but I don't think that what we saw when the Raw opened was The Rock in character at all. I don't think The Rock was in character the entire night.
So, how do you say that Dwayne Johnson and Pat McAfee show creates something that translates to wrestling that was him personally, Dwayne Johnson, and then say that you don't see he was in character? Why would Dwayne Johnson put the Ula follow on Roman Reigns? That's an in character motion. That's a storyline thing, bro. Why would Dwayne Johnson come out in there and do that if that's not storyline? We can't do that.
To me, that's
We can't do
a
that.
gesture. That is a gesture for the public to say, okay, this is a guy, man.
No, I can't.
He
Bro, Paul Heyman had the Ula follow. Paul Heyman does that. If we talk about storyline, Paul Heyman fucking does that.
That's why I said Dwayne Johnson came out and did it, because it's a Netflix gesture for everybody to see that this is a guy I want to show you is one of the leaders of this company. He talked about him too. He mentioned only two wrestlers, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, when he came out there to
The
talk.
two feuds that you say he killed, right? You said
Yeah, he gave them props, bro. That's not how he killed it. He's not. He's there to like. To me, I wouldn't be surprised if The Rock never wrestled again. That's how it felt to me. I wouldn't be surprised if The Rock never wrestled again. After it felt like, hey,
How was he not in character and he came
it
out with the
felt
belt?
like it's not just me saying this, bro. It felt like he took a pivot away from the story elements he set up previously in the night. And I don't want to keep
Came out with the
trying to.
belt. He came out with the belt.
Okay, so that's enough for you to be like he didn't pivot from the
That's
storyline that he set
storyline,
up.
bro.
That is a belt Muhammad Ali wife gave him. That has nothing to do with WWE storyline. Sorry, it don't.
Then why, bro? We ain't never seen that belt before until he came back into WWE storyline, my nigga.
At the Hall of Fame, he got gifted that by Muhammad Ali's wife. Like I don't think that has anything to do with the storyline. I don't. I think that's just him. It's a prop for him, like to show. It's a good looking belt.
Dwayne Johnson don't go around on red carpets or don't go around in motherfucking boardrooms with the belt
because it's not appropriate to being a WWE a title belt there.
So
but it's appropriate. Yeah. There's certain places, like you wear a tie to this, you don't wear a tie to a podcast. Like there's certain places where you can bring a certain accessory. There's certain things, that the places where that's how I look at it. Maybe you look at it differently. Maybe you look at it, oh my god, you think that belt's gonna play into a storyline later on? I don't.
What I'm bringing back to is that you said I don't think he was a storyline the whole night, and I'm saying I'm bringing up points of him putting an Ula follow on him. You're like, no, that's for Netflix. I say he bring out the title. He was like, oh no, Muhammad Ali. Like everything I'm telling you that the nigga storyline you going against. So yeah, let's fucking move along then. What else happened on Raw you want to talk about?
No, but the we already mentioned like the production was incredible. I'm really like interested in seeing how they do it this week coming up. Being that they're on Netflix, I didn't think about this until they started airing. They do have flexibility in how long the show goes. So I was interested in seeing, because they only have 4 matches though, so we're gonna see a real Raw hopefully on Monday. That's not, with like with these, appearances, and all this, so like that. But think that it gives them flexibility for the women to get more time. So when you say that Dakota Kai and Lyra Valkyria are fighting for the first ever women's Intercontinental Championship on Raw, I'm really interested in seeing how long that match is going for, so they don't cut it short, and give it the time it needs. So we can get a really good match, and I think that's what's going to be like more often moving forward down the line. Not that they're always going
I
to go
mean,
3 hours
it's
or
gonna be
not.
the same time. They still got commercials, so I mean, I don't know what the difference gonna be.
No, Triple H talked about it on the Type of He has flexibility on whether he goes over or under. So a lot more flexibility when it's on a streaming network. So the commercials, another thing. I'm glad you brought that up. I saw the difference between the commercial breaks if you have Netflix, a Netflix package without ads versus with ads. So if you have ads, commercial breaks are going to come through. I have one without ads. I will go in from one TV to the other, and when it doesn't have ads, there's more promos in between shows. They do have some wrestling related, ads, and then they also have packages. So be like when they went to commercial before Roman and Solo, they went to a package of Roman and Solo story before the match. And I think it's a really genius way to fill up the time for the people who do have ads. But nonetheless, ads or no ads, they can go over 30 minutes if they need to. So you're like, all right, the girls, I want you guys to go out there for a 20-minute match. If they're like, oh shit, we gotta do another main event with Seth Rollins, CM Punk at the end of the night, you don't have to be like, all right, actually now the Rock went longer. Let's cut Rhea and Liv. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't have to do that. They still got to hit those commercial breaks, but some of those commercial breaks are literally live. They keep the match on. They just kind of go into darkness, come back, and the match is still on, and the commentary is still on too. So they don't have to cut the match. All you have to do if you wanna watch the full match, you got to get the Netflix with the ads without the ads on it. So I think that allows for, if you love wrestling, for more wrestling without your segments being cut so short. Now they may still do that just for convenience sake and not going way over. Like some people are like, all right, Otis and Alpha Academy, y'all have now, instead of having 15 minutes, y'all have 8. Like we want to keep today's show a little bit more shorter, to fit everything in. But I think that's leaves some room for opportunity for some really good matches to take place. I mean, they've been doing it anyways. They've been giving these women match time, but I think it can be things can get cut less. I'm sorry. That would happen less with Netflix. They did skip out on Becky Lynch because they had other things planned. Excuse me, planned, including the Hulk Hogan appearance, which to me was the funniest thing of the entire night. Hulk Hogan getting booed out. Me and my nephew were watching, and tears were coming out of our eyes with that shit. We were cracking the hell up. And then you also had the Undertaker appearance with Rhea. So they wanted to do those things. So that did cut out the Becky Lynch return, I hear. So hopefully she shows up on Monday. We'll see. We'll see about that.
I did not know Becky Lynch was returning because Seth just said she's still filming some stuff.
Oh, word?
On, on that same, did you listen? Did you listen to the? Oh, I may have misheard. Maybe it's done filming, but
No, no. I was watching the clips. I didn't watch it all the way through. So I watched like a bunch of different clips with that interview. So maybe I missed that part.
yeah, he said that
But that's the
she's.
word on the street, is that
He said
Becky
that
was scheduled to show up.
he said her time away was her filming some stuff. She did some Star Trek stuff, and then he said she was doing some secret locations, secret filming stuff that he can't even supposed to be talking about right now, type shit.
Shout out
So,
to Becky.
so if she coming back, it might be a press run, but I don't want her to come back for her to leave again for the press run. I would want her to do what she doing, get as high as she can on that side, and then come back, kind of like Batista did, right? Like it was hard for Batista. For me, like it's hard. It was hard for when Batista left and then tried to come back. I'm like, just do what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Come back. You know what I'm saying? Because when he came back, it was a big pop. But also, we was beyond Batista too, so I can see why Becky probably want to get back as quick as possible. Becky can't come back before Charlotte, cuz. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Charlotte
I,
got injured, man. She has to
that's
heal
true.
up.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
yeah.
I would want Charlotte to come back before Becky.
Charlotte probably gonna come back after Royal Rumble. She'll probably be a surprise entry.
I,
I would keep her to Royal Rumble if that was me.
that'll be
Sure.
fine. That'll be
I think
fine.
she's winning it too. I think
To
she's gonna win
hear,
it.
whoa, hold on, hold on. Oh, this nigga talking crazy, nigga.
Who do you have winning the Royal Rumble other than Charlotte Flair?
Shayna Baszler, nigga. I say that every
What?
nah,
Every year.
every year out there. Just say,
Since the inception of the Women's Royal Rumble.
yeah, um, Charlotte Flair is a good pick. That's a good return. Um,
Yeah, man, she's gonna have the John Cena Edge return. Charlotte win
okay.
it.
Oh fuck it. All right, I don't even want to fight that. Cause I don't even, I don't want to. Cause if Becky went out, I'd be mad. You feel me? Yo, what if we hear I'm here, I'm here. That shit would break the neck.
She's signed for a couple of years
Yeah,
over at
for sure.
AEW.
Tony will.
He'll kill himself after
Hold
that.
on. Hey, I was trying to blink. I was trying to exit. We got to blink that. We might hear. I
Hey
didn't even.
man, it's a final show. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Shit.
I was about to say he might on the spot, cuz just that nigga might Twitter live it, my nigga.
Yeah, oh god.
Oh God, kick the chair.
Mercedes ain't showing up. One day Mercedes will be back. I do think she's not gonna like end her career without coming back to WWE, even if it's for like just a short run, a WrestleMania match or something like that. I think like that'd be dope. But yeah, it's not happening this year for sure. She's gonna be there, I think, for a couple of years.
Oh, sure,
And
sure.
I think Tony Khan's only giving out long term deals. I think he's only doing. I think Ricochet's there for another 4 years. Like he's only trying to keep after everything he's dealt with. Nah, he's only giving out long term. And I do not think KO's going back to AEW. I don't think it's happening. I don't know. I know that you like he's gonna get up out of here. I don't know where that's coming from. KO is sticking with WWE.
I mean, you can say that, but I still think he's gonna leave. I think he's gonna.
Okay.
My thing is what is they gonna drag this out the Rumble? He loses, and then what else? He has this Randy feud, and then what else? What we do? What we do after Randy RKO you in the middle of the ring in Vegas? What do? Just go to AEW, bro. What else is there to do? You won the championship. You won the NXT championship. You're a Grand Slam championship, Grand Slam winner, if I'm not mistaken. United States Intercontinental, WWE Universal Champion, NXT Champion. You main evented WrestleMania tag team with Sami Zayn, one of your best friends. Go revitalize fucking Adam Cole. That motherfucker
No,
dead.
no, I don't want to see him in a company that is so inept. I
For
do
what?
not want to see Kenny up. I mean, if he wants to go,
He
cool.
been
Let's
in the
schedule.
company that was so inept, my nigga. I mean, Triff just got it, my nigga. But at this time, it's clock expired.
I mean,
Go,
he was
go.
champion at least in this company a couple of times, And I think that KO would be great for AEW. I don't think AEW would be great for KO. I just think that Kevin Steen. Do I really want to see Kevin Steen coming back? And do his thing. Maybe it'll be interesting. Maybe he'll revitalize it. I don't know, but I just
I think he can.
everything they're doing there.
I think he can pump heart into Adam Cole and the Young Bucks, honestly. And to be honest, me, I will be interested to see the final run of Mount Rushmore. I would. I would tune in to see the final version of Mount Rushmore. And like I said, let him get a Mania payday. Because honestly, I don't see nothing else in WWE for him. Honestly, like I don't want to see him feud with nobody. He's won. I know you said you want to see him have a championship run, but that means he got to knock Cody off his pivot, my nigga. And Cody not knocked off his pivot. The Rock just gave him the run, dog. I
I
don't know.
I I think that KO right now is on the upward trajectory. I do. I think he's where Drew was last year. At this time. in the mix, but kind of not, in the mix, but kind of not. And I do think that he'll have a good 2025 if he sticks around. I do think that he'll have a really good feud with somebody, even if it's Sami Zayn. I do think that him and Roman can have another feud, even because now he's the heel, so it's a little bit different. So I think there's room for him to grow. I think there's room for him to do something with a couple of people. Him and CM Punk still got something that can get done. Work, they can do something. So I think KO honestly can be a better mic battle than him and Seth Rollins was. Even though I loved him and Seth Rollins, but KO the way he talks, I think he'll put it a
I
different
don't want
way.
it
And
manufactured. I want it real. I don't know. I want it real. Cause Seth
KO
Rollins.
doesn't fuck with him. KO really doesn't fuck with this nigga.
Again, it gotta be. It's manufactured, my nigga. Like as man, what we talking about? To my story, right? I don't know what the promo package was. For the not, I don't got money. My shit got ads, but I know that Seth Rollins has been telling this story for years. So whatever was told on the mic, I hear what you're saying. Kevin Owens,
Drew did it last year with CM Punk, and he figured it out. I think KO can do it. If he just genuinely didn't like this guy, I think there's something that he could do. Like I remember, now there's some animosity. I would like to see it. I think that they can do something special.
but my
Honestly,
thing is, but I put my hand in my head because you say Kevin stick around for him to do something again with Roman, something again with Sammy, and
I
then
know, I know. We've
you
seen
know
it.
what I'm saying? Like that. That to me,
I don't
that
know.
ain't
Yeah, I don't
exciting.
blame you, but I think that I don't blame you for doing that. But like, I think it's all in the pen and how you write it and how you come about to why these guys are fighting again. And I get it. We've seen it, but we've seen Brock and Roman a million times. We've seen
We got
now
tired
we
of
might
it.
see Roman.
Honestly, we
We
got
did, we
tired
did,
of it.
we
That's
did,
what.
we
So,
did.
so I'm gonna be I'm not a comic guy.
True.
So I'm actually a comic guy. You know that there are certain average, but when you pick up a comic, you like and you reading it. No matter if the pen is good, aren't you tired of sometimes seeing the same? When you see him have a new adversary, when you see him go a different path, like when I don't know, I know Marvel and DC will never fuck with each other, but like when there's a when DC got Venom or some shit like that, you're like, yo, they how they fight, fuck with them, and they over
If
like,
it were to happen,
you know what I'm
it would be
saying?
like,
Like,
oh, Venom's in a whole new universe with DC. What's going to happen? Because obviously, there's a lot more to playground with KO going to AEW. I do, but if DC's like doesn't use Venom right, and Venom is just some jobber, or no, I'm not saying they'll do it to KO in AEW, but if Venom is like he's getting his ass beat by Superman all the time, and then or he's in a storyline and then that goes nowhere and they don't finish it, like that kind of shit. I'll be
but
tight. But you're right. When you read comics sometimes you're like, okay, cool. But what keeps you interested in Iron Man again telling another story where he's going after the bad guy? It's how the story is going and what are the elements that makes this different. Does Iron Man have a virus that is killing his body? That he can't that he or does he have the thing in his chest where he can't? It's not working anymore, or does this villain have more better tech than him? Like, what are the reasons? What are the little details that make it different with Sammy and KO this time around? What are the little details that make it differences with KO and Roman this time around? And who is the bad guy this time? Who's the good guy this time? Whose side are you on? Because there's a lot of people. Kevin came out on SmackDown with the Kevin is right shirt. I'm telling you, people are gonna buy that shit because a lot of people are on his side. A lot of people are trying to see Drew's side of things, and which is we're in an interesting era where the heels have real bona fide reasons for why they're heels, and I love it. So I think that
well, I mean,
KO can just
realistically,
be interesting.
they weren't heels though. They were like again. This goes back to the storyline of you just said you want to say Roman ain't never fucking apologized for nothing, cuz. Yes, baby. Hold on. Hold on.
All right,
Hold on.
no, do your thing, do your thing. No, Roman, and you're right. Roman hasn't apologized for anything, and to some degree, right now he's still a heel. To some people, but to some people, they're chanting OTC. They're chanting OTC, and that's all they you know that's all they need is that he came back. What the heel turn, the babyface turn for me for Roman was when he came in and saved Cody after Cody helped him against Solo in the New Bloodline. I think that was the moment where we've seen a different element to Roman of like, yeah, let me go back and help him. The old Roman will let him get his ass beat. The old Roman would not do that. However, I do think that this new Roman has a lot to atone for in his growth and development as a babyface. A lot to, if you don't address your past, then you are not growing. If you don't actually atone for the things you've done wrong, then can you really truly be trusted? And that's where I think some of the fans are not really all the way on the side. And when Drew speaks to that, when KO speaks to that, it means something. I think KO and Sammy's interaction this year coming up should be a big moment when they're across the ring for each other, and Seth Rollins, I mean, and Sammy has to explain to his best friend what they did with the Usos at WrestleMania 38 or 38 or 39. When he explains to them, okay, why he's back with the bloodline after all that, it's a curious plot point for me that could be a good promo, and it could lead to a good match. Not saying that should be a WrestleMania match or anything like that. It could be a SmackDown match. It could be a Raw match. It could be a Money in the Bank match. It could be a throwaway pay per view in Canada in Toronto, like for their home crowd. But if they're in a blood feud, I think there's room for it, and then he can move on from that and catapult him into the title scene again. I think there's room for KO to stay in WWE and have a really great 2025, being that he has so many true gripes that are valid, and I think he's just getting started. So that's just my opinion on that. But I hear you, it could be old and like drawn out, but I think the way that you write it, the way that the way that you use the pen is what's going to make your superstar, that much more interesting or not. And that's why I always stay true to how you write the story, how you write the show. It matters, bro. As much as you want to just say it's about the spectacle, it matters. Like that's why AEW is where they're at. As many stars as they have, it is a spectacle to see Will Ospreay do what he does every week. It's a spectacle to see what Ricochet and Kyle Fletcher can do, Kenny Omega can do. It's a spectacle to see like the stunts that Darby Allin does, John Moxley and the violence. This is a spectacle in its own right. But all the talent they have in the world, they need to make the story make sense, and that's why people are tuning out. And when it comes to people who are really good writers, they can use the same characters and make you feel completely different about them that you did last year than you do this year, and it worked again. I think if you're that good at writing, you can do Cody and Roman 3 this year WrestleMania, and we've got it 3 years in a row, and people will be even more excited this year if you're really good at writing. And like you're saying, like some of this stuff can get old, but if you're writing it right correctly, it shouldn't. And I think the reason why like Brock and Roman got old and Brock and John Cena got old, and certain like we saw Randy and Christian do a long run. Reason why some of those things started to get old is because the storytelling started to fall and falter a little bit. But we're going into WrestleMania where we potentially could have a Roman Cody match 3. And I think with Roman turning semi baby or tweener, whatever you want to say, and Cody still being Cody, and this title being on the line again, where we're gonna say, are we gonna go back to Roman's reign of terror, or are we gonna keep this path where Cody? There's layers to that you can write that can make this match huge. So when you say what KO, taking him and putting him in AEW, there's so many more people you can interact with. You're 100% right, and I think there's a lot more story that you can even tell in AEW because of so many different relationships he has over there. But because of those relationships he has over there, you can also keep him in WWE and tell a story with CM Punk, who just came from there. That can be really interesting if you're in the know. And if you're not in the know, you can also tell a story of why KO doesn't fuck with this guy. And personally, why would he have a beef with him? And if it's for a championship, if somehow CM Punk wins a championship and KO is the one to take it from him, I'm locked in. Like I'm there. So that's my take on the whole KO going into 2025. Him and Cody in the ladder match, I do not see KO winning there, but the fact that KO's character has a righteous angle to right now that Makes sense. I think allows for more growth as a character. Now, I could be wrong, but we'll see.
I mean, as far as what we're talking about, is growth with characters. There has been a tremendous amount of growth with an abundance amount of characters within WWE, and not only with Netflix did we see it, but I do want to highlight one from Netflix, which was Solo. Solo Sokola,
Oh, indeed.
uh, very
Shout
first,
out Solo.
very first entrance of Netflix, very first match. Had a really good match. Pretty much the main event of the storyline, and he did really good. Elevated himself, showed depth, showed remnants of character development from like he gets it. He gets it. He really
Yeah.
gets it, and he was
Sitting under
able.
the learning tree of Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns for those years, I think really had like accelerated his growth exponentially over, because he's like what 3 years in the business in WWE. Like it's not long he's been here. Like so shout out to Solo, man. He's done incredible and very so well in such a short time, and his making himself matter and mean something, and holding down the Bloodline storyline when Roman wasn't around. It's a big deal. So shout out to Solo for all he's done. But where does he go from here now that he's lost to Ulafala? Where does he go? And that's my question. Is like we all of us are talking about Solo and how good he's done. So doesn't he deserve some credit in terms of some gold? You know,
No, I think realistically, what he deserves is credit as far as being relevant. We've found out that there is.
at some point you become not relevant if you don't win a
I,
title.
hey, bro, how okay are we? You can't beat. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, slow. You can't get there without like getting there. Like my niggas is like he. This is the first back to back L's where he's been this strong, right? Like in a minute. Now the story goes into what his family does, right? If he's left out on the island, my nigga, he don't need to worry about no fucking gold. He got some wild Samoans on the loose that he got to fucking rail in. And now without him being a tribal chief, uh, do his tribe still fall under him? Because the promo, we didn't hear Jacob say Solo, I love you at the end of his promo last night on SmackDown. We just saw Jacob wowed and unfucking tamed. And what I'm trying to tell you is Solo don't need to worry about no motherfucking gold if Jacob Fatu on his ass. So if that's a story to keep them two relevant, because again, Jacob and Solo aren't in a position to go after gold right now, because again, hey, Jacob bumping for Jay and Jimmy still. He taking super kicks and shit like that still. So right now, he not on a level to talk to Gunther. I mean, he can, but Gunther, he ain't got no cachet, is what I'm saying. It's a match. This goes back to a match, but there's a story behind it. There's no story behind Gunther and Jacob, right? There might be story behind Jacob and Cody, but when we talk about the hierarchy and what it is that Cody got going on, if you're going back to the Rock, my nigga, Roman just came back and said he's entering to the there's a hierarchy. You feel what I'm
What
saying?
I'm
So,
talking about is Solo, LA Knight, Shinsuke. Solo should win that United States Championship at WrestleMania. That's where I'm getting at. I'm not saying he should win it right now, but WrestleMania, Solo should get crowned as United States champion. That's what I'm talking about as far as goal. I'm
he
not saying he
can't
has to be the world champion.
he can't pin fucking Shinsuke. I can tell you that, motherfucker. He better pin LA. The Miz. Hey, I'm Shannon right now. Hey, hey, Ocho.
Shannon, honestly, Shannon been pissing me off. I don't know if it's a side thing, but Shannon, he's so old and entitled to his opinions. He has like no frame of like reference on anything he's saying. He just says how he feels. Anything what he says is right 100% of the time. He doesn't give like has no grace for none of the people he talks about anymore. Before he used to have, yeah, before he used to have some semblance of like, these are guys who are young, going through things, and let me give a little both sides of things. He just doesn't care anymore. He just dogs out everybody he talks about.
Shannon told his story, and he's like, "Yo, pitfalls I learned from through were my pitfalls." Shannon tells a story how he caught up in a chick house and he butt naked and the motherfucker come in strapped. And this motherfucker just recognized that he's Shannon Sharp. We like, oh, Shannon Sharp, fucking my bitch. So Shannon run out the house, but left his goddamn Rolex there.
Yeah, I gotta come back and get the Rolex. Yeah. Yeah.
So Shannon ain't got no motherfucking empathy for nobody.
Yo,
he ain't had running water growing up, dog.
He just all he does is just talk shit about people at this point. He used to be like, all right, so it's like give different sides and try to have some reasoning and how he talks about people. He does not. He just talks shit.
Bro,
no, he don't care.
Had the shit in the woods as a kid. No,
he seems very judgmental. That's what it feels like a lot of times now. He just feels he.
I think so. And this goes back. So we talk about The Rock, right? Shannon's now in a position of power to where he can dictate his own movements.
Oh, yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? And you do that with a little bit of bravado, especially when you've been told a lot about what to do, where to go, how to be, whatever the case may be, right? So Rock, don't get me wrong, Dwayne has been in a position of power for a long time, but you got to talk about, remember we talked about it, he got the naming rights, got the trademark of The Rock. Bro, do you know how much of that is tied up into who I am? I can own that now. Like I can now go on talk shows and be Dwayne The Rock. I can go on Steve Harvey or ET or CNN or be on Wall Street, my nigga, as Dwayne The Rock. That cachet does bring in a whole lot because Dwayne Johnson doesn't do a lot. Let's be quite honest. The name itself.
Well, he wasn't using it for a while, and he made his name as Dwayne Johnson in Hollywood. So it has some cachet. That's not.
I think. But I'm saying, to my point of Shannon Sharp worked for CBS. He's worked for Fox. He's worked at ESPN. But nigga, to own Club Shay Shay, like I own it now. You know what I'm saying? Like I can now. When niggas call me Shay Shay in the locker room or whatever the case. Now when niggas call me Shay Shay, my nigga, it got $1 to it. You know what I mean? Like so.
Yeah. Do you think that as the more higher up you get in controlling your destiny and having more money and owning things, that you just don't care about people and how their side of things are? Because it seems like when people get to that level, they feel like they can just judge people and just say what their perspective on the situation, and it doesn't matter what they're going through. I think this guy's lazy. I think this guy is a crybaby. I think this guy should work harder. All that stuff is like, all right, chill. You got a big platform. You can try to like be a little bit more, unbiased or whatever, like a little bit more fair.
Well, no, I mean, so this goes back to Book and Black men, right? We black men don't want to get rid of patriarchy. We want to be a part of it, or the white man patriarchy. We want to be a part of it, right? So, that's a quote. That's a quote where we don't want to get rid of what we seen as oppression, right? We just want to be a part of it so we can have a stake in it. So
what I don't like, I think that when we talk about patriarchy, we have to define these words. It can't just be saying these words because there are certain things that our men are just being men, because at some point, we should also have some self-respect for ourselves, and we should also get respect for somebody. And some things are, all right, guys, now how you're moving is impeding on women's own sovereignty or their own power. So when you just say patriarchy, it's like lumping all men in one group and saying we want to participate in all of it. It's not necessarily true. Some things are men just defending themselves as human rights.
But to realistically, it's not just. So to your point, you mentioned just one part of it, right? And so that's what I'm trying to say. It ain't just gender and sexuality. It's ethical and classism. It's the same thing.
100%.
When white people look at black people and say, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, not knowing that you had a motherfucking whatever the case may be. Like we want to be a part of. Not saying the generality of it is the thing that we just want to see what it's like on that other side. We know what it's like on the Travis side. Well, if you wanted to, or the player side of work harder, wake up at 5 a.m., the sweat, the running the stairs, the film room. Nigga, I done did that. Nigga, yeah, I want to know what it's like on this other end. And I can tell
I think
motherfuckers
everybody
that.
is in the pursuit of happiness. Whether you're a man, woman, black, white, whatever it may be, everybody's in the pursuit of happiness. And there are certain moments where there is somebody who's holding you down or hurting you back, whether it be a man, whether it be based on your race, or whatever it be. And we got to call those specific moments out. And just saying that black men want to participate in patriarchy is a blanket statement. If the people are saying that nowadays, I think it's not fair. And I think what Shannon Sharp is doing, and I know we're getting off base, but Shannon Sharp is a man who's worked hard to get where he's at, and now I think is
We're talking about
you're
power
right
structure.
in some power structure where you
Power
can like
structure.
now
That's the pay.
now that you're in power, you're not like lifting up your people and trying to give them some grace. You're more just dogging them doing the same thing everybody else is doing.
So,
You know, yeah.
so that's what. So that's the correlation portion of it because the white part again, the white front faces prior to the black people in the space that will talk like that will be white.
Yeah.
And we used to be like, yo, why you can't never get no brothers to say that? Well, now they do. And here's the talking point of that. Why he can't say, because Shannon will give credit when credit is due. But at the same time, he is also, like you say, he's an old man who don't hold no punches. And again, I'm telling you, he grew up without running water. Damn, I do think that goes a long, long way of the callus that's built up into when
How
you
he sees
look
the
at
world, yeah.
somebody and how you see your perspective. Absolutely. And so also now, Shannon don't only got running water, that motherfucker probably got gold trinkets coming out that motherfucker. Only from a certain amount of percentile can live that way. So you kind of can give off that, you can live that, and your perspective can be changed by that as well. So I do see your point in that. But that goes back to the Rock. Why I brought the correlation point of it is when Rock comes out there on Netflix, he has to know that the players that are getting, like Shannon has to know, Kittle and Kelsey only get the money that they get because I was an all-pro 10 years straight or whatever the fuck that is. Rock can go out there and look at Netflix and be like, fucking damn. Like, this is off the back of what I've done. And now if I'm in a position of power to tell you that, not just from an old man speak. No, motherfucker, I got the power. I got a platform. I own this shit, whatever the case may be. Yeah, that's gonna come off a different type of way, especially if you black, for sure.
Yeah, we and it does a little bit, you know.
It's
Yeah,
thing for sure.
yeah,
It's thing.
yeah. I think that he should be a little bit more. I also like just I don't know, reach out to some of these kids, and maybe he does. I don't know. But we'll move on. Back to wrestling. I said my piece on KO. I know you don't completely agree with all that, but hey, we'll see how things turn out the rest of the year. How do you feel about our new women's champion, WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton? It's Tiffany time, baby. I thought the casting was interesting. I enjoyed it, but I didn't like one thing about it. But I'm gonna wait for your opinion on it before I say it.
Just say it. I couldn't say it.
Oh, you don't have an opinion on it?
No, it's gonna be in conjunction.
All right. My only thing. Love the cash in, except for I think they wasted the spot. You know that's what I'm talking about. That KOD. I don't think we've seen Nia get the KOD one time. And I think that would have waited on that spot for not for Tiffany moment, for like a Bianca moment. I think you wasted that spot. Now maybe we will forget about it and we'll get it again next other time and it'll be just as impactful. But I think
Why do
that
you think that? Why do you think that spot is so impactful?
she is the biggest woman on the roster. We've seen her do it on Piper. Piper's a little bit shorter, but Nia is a world champion. You know, I think Nia getting that move done on her in a match with Bianca could have been incredible. What's up, dude?
Well, see,
But that's what I'm thinking.
well, I would say to this point too. Um, CJ just came out here.
The kids want to be part of the
Absolutely.
yeah.
I would say this. I did not think of it that way. I know I didn't think that that spot was being saved. I
Okay.
thought it was smart though because again, Bianca is only able to do that spot that way. Now I'm thinking in a match, if Nia has a set up for the Annihilator and Bianca pops up and do the, I will call it out. Because how would you have the strength if Nia done beat you down, got you in an island for you to fucking superhuman dude? So for the spot to be used where she's fresh, she's helping out her partner. Her partner seems to be needing some assistance. Hit the spot. I didn't have a problem with that. I
Okay.
love that Tiffy took advantage of it.
Okay.
Because to be quite honest, when was Tiffy gonna get Nia down?
But
When
she
was
just
she
hit her with the
gonna get
briefcase. She if she didn't do it then, there was now or never because you just hit her with the briefcase.
You
So
just hit her with the. So my thing
yeah,
is, um, my thing is that when when Tiffy teased that she's differentiating herself from or separating herself from Nia, Bianca took it as a advantage. Like fuck it, I'm taking this bitch out too. So my enemy, boom, knock her out. When she snatched that motherfucker out and threw her across the table and then
yeah.
hit the move, I'm like, oh, this bitch trio, cuz. Now, mind you,
Yeah.
Friday just happened too, right? So Friday happens, and she comes out celebrating. Nia comes out saying, "Give my title back." Bailey comes out saying, "You want to be champion?" Whatever. I don't know why the fuck Bailey here. But then Naomi,
No, I thought Bailey going to Raw. Like on Netflix, she was talking to freaking Adam Pearce, and now she's number one contender. I'm like, let's take her to Raw. I think that was a good idea. Be better for her, honestly.
yeah, Bailey and Rhea is different. Bailey and Rhea
Yeah,
is fresh. I would like that. Bailey and Rhea is fresh. I would like that. But yeah, Tiffy hit the moonsault on all them hoes and walked out.
yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
So making Tiffany look so in totality, making Tiffany look strong, having Tiffany be here,
All right,
right?
yeah.
She's going to need that, and realistically, I think her and Liv present different opportunities for one another, but they both fall under that Alexa Bliss package where you can do it if you look to it. You know what I'm saying? That blonde hair can get you anywhere.
That blonde hair can get you anywhere. That's facts. That's fact. Shout out to Tiffany Stratton. We all knew it was coming. You know, she had the it factor since NXT. I think that she's one of them that's on the level of a Charlotte and Bianca as far as athlete, or you can just see it early. It's like these girls, oh, she got it all, you know. So shout out to Tiffany. You know, so we'll see how things turn out. Like I said, I think Charlotte's winning the Royal Rumble. We'll see if she's healthy by then.
Charlotte
Uh,
and Tiffany will
all right.
bang.
Yeah, sure. On TV. So let's get into it. WrestleMania. I know I said predictions and you didn't want to give your predictions. I'll give mine.
Go ahead.
I'll give mine because I'm not going to be around. Or what I would like to see.
All right, hold on.
So
Here we go.
we got John Cena
Hold on,
in the
hold on,
Royal
hold on,
Rumble.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. We got to do this right. Okay, hold on. We got to do this right. If we gonna do it, we gotta do it right. Hold on. If we gonna do it, we gotta do it right. Come on.
So WrestleMania. I'm gonna try to see if I can make it, man. I'm gonna try to see if I can make it. Definitely gotta pull some strings, but this is gonna be a big year. Honestly, with the amount of talent they have right now, with or without The Rock showing up, man, it can be a big night with John Cena's farewell tour. A lot of storylines culminating in it. I So yeah, this is gonna be one of them ones. I think last year was incredible. I think this year could be. I'm not gonna say better because last year I think was one of the best WrestleManias of all time. Not gonna lie. 2 nights, great main events both nights, great storytelling. The cash in with Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, and CM Punk still growing from their feud. Um, yeah, yeah. All right. So I'm waiting for him to come back to tell my predictions, but I got a couple. Uh, this is for this and for the year at large. For the year at large as well. Not sure what he's doing now. What are we doing? All pro. We have Tiffany and Charlotte. So that's one. You guys know already. I think that Charlotte has not won the Royal Rumble yet, so her coming off an injury to win the Royal Rumble. I think it's just the stars aligning for this match, and I would prefer Tiffany to win the match if they do this one. If they set this up, I would prefer Tiffany to win the match. If Charlotte wins, I need Charlotte to be a heel for the rest of the year. You know, so I just already predicted Tiffany and Charlotte Flair. What else we need? Wow. Bangers of the week, baby. That's throwback. You hear that loud? Ooh, Chitty bang. That's a throwback, man. Thank you for that.
I would say Tiffy and Charlotte will be a great feud. Tiffy definitely has to win. That can be a feud that can go into the summertime. Where then Charlotte can probably win, or yeah, Charlotte can win. Yeah,
Okay.
Charlotte. Yeah.
I'll go with Tiffany winning over Charlotte.
No. Tiffany can win at WrestleMania. Charlotte can win in SummerSlam. Like
Oh,
it's a
SummerSlam.
feud.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a feud that can,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
yeah, that can be like a 6 month feud for sure.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. So here's one of my other predicted matches. I already said LA Knight, Solo Sikoa. It could be a triple threat with Shinsuke in it involved. I think Solo Sikoa should be leaving as United States champion for WrestleMania. You know, any words on that? Any takes on that?
Um, I, I personally, if you must, do that, then I would assume so. I love Trick Willie coming up, and we talked about it. Trick Willie being instantaneously slot into that Booker T role. United States champion, hold it down, go up to the world champion, have a stint, be a main factor. But I would love Trick coming in at the Rumble and making an impact at the Rumble, and him, getting into altercation with Shinsuke or whatever case, that Shinsuke's still champion. But if Solo has to win gold, then that means LA Knight has to win it back at Rumble then. And if
Okay.
that's the case, Shinsuke, or I don't know, like, because my thing is Shinsuke can hold the title. My thing is the bloodline has not interfered with Shinsuke or against Shinsuke, I should say.
They
They
haven't.
didn't. They looked at him. He backed off.
Between now and WrestleMania, they can set something up though. If he tries to miss LA Knight and misses and hit Solo or something like that, it's fair game at that
That's
point.
fair game.
You
You're
know,
true.
so you know,
That's right.
and
That's
I
right.
love Shinsuke holding the title now. I think that's great for him. He's Still Shinsuke. So I love that, for him to hold the title for till to WrestleMania or around then, with a lot of, obviously, close calls between, or LA Knight can win, like you said, but I don't want Shinsuke to not be involved in the storytelling. But I want him to be, I want him to be involved. Um, for the Intercontinental Championship, I'm predicting, or I would like to see Braun Breaker in a multi-man match. This is where I want to get a Carmelo Hayes involved. This is where I want to get a maybe Austin Theory involved in a fatal four-way. And I want Braun Breaker to still come out champion. I think that's what's best for him, is for him to look strong going into with this run. Keep it going. Any takes on that?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it.
I would say Bronson Reed, but he's not there anymore. He's injured. Jay
No,
Uso could be involved.
I don't want no multi-man match. If I'm gonna have a multi-man match for the United States Championship, I don't want a multi-man match for the Intercontinental Championship. The prestige of the Intercontinental Championship has been restored.
Okay, okay,
So
that makes sense.
so with that being said, Intercontinental titles are synonymous with one-on-one matches.
True,
So
true. So
between,
who would you put? Who can give him that match at WrestleMania? That is like, wow, they went out
uh,
there and killed it.
I mean, realistically, as Braun Breaker currently is constructed as a tweener, um, I mean,
True.
Drew
What do you think
McIntyre,
about it?
Drew
Drew
McIntyre,
McIntyre is good. Drew McIntyre is a good one.
Drew McIntyre,
Um,
just being bad. Alien or Dragunov can come back.
Dragonoff, true, but we've seen that.
Yeah, but
He's still good, still good. If it's Dragonoff, I would prefer to be like another person involved, like a
they
I
had
don't
the
know.
three-way already, though.
Because
Remember?
if he's the
It
tweener, that's true. I don't know if we can do that again at WrestleMania. I think we need something new.
I mean,
I think we need something
Dragunov
new.
one with Broad is straight though, because
Okay.
realistically, I mean, but I mean, Drew they can have a battle of the badasses, like who, like whatever, or I don't, Cena. Cena's never won an IC
So
championship.
Cena for me has to compete in the Elimination Chamber match and win it, and go after Gunther.
Mm.
I think Cena and Gunther, the fight for the 17th. I think he has to be in the title match, like with the 17 on the line. I think him holding the title going into the remainder of his, farewell tour will be interesting. He only has 36 dates though, so it depends on if they want to do that whole thing where he's not on TV sometimes as champion, and like a
That would
part-time
be
champion.
horrible.
All
That
right,
would be
maybe it will be. But maybe his dates are somewhere, incongruent to pay-per-view shows, So maybe he will be on every pay-per-view. Maybe he just won't be on every Raw, or every SmackDown or whatever. So 36 dates is quite a bit. It's not the full year of like all the shows, but it could be every big show, at least. So I would like to see him and Gunther compete. Even if Gunther beats him, I think it will be a good match. I think Gunther's a perfect WrestleMania match for John Cena.
well.
Um,
My thing would be this: is why does it? Okay, he had this is his final year, 2025. Why does he have to go with the championship right now? If we
he
have,
doesn't. He doesn't.
yeah.
He can lose too. That's why I just said, like, he can lose, and later on down the line, try to see maybe his last match is against CM Punk, and CM Punk has the title in December, and if he wins it, he retires as champion in the tournament afterwards or something like that. Like they can schedule like you see your last chance to break the record.
Well,
They
the reason why I'm bringing that up is because so I'm booking it this way. But we talking about Braun here
Braun Breaker.
and the IC championship, right? So I would say, Cena, because Cena and Braun will be a great matchup. And the reason why I'm saying that is now we can elevate Braun into the world championship title picture after Mania. He would have had a good run, decent run. Cena and can
Cena Intercontinental Champion.
to lose to hold on, just follow me here. to lose to Sheamus because Sheamus never won the IC championship, and Sheamus and Cena is a feud, so we can do callbacks to a lot of Cena feuds, right? You know what I'm saying? Sheamus can beat Cena for Ludwig Kaiser to then beat Sheamus for the IC championship. See, I got a vision here, brother. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But
My thing is the story with John Cena is just about number 17 and him getting back on a winning track. I think that is
is
a
it just
storyline.
about 17?
I think that's what he talked about. He said it's not. That's how he set it up on Monday. He's like, I don't think it's gonna happen. It's gonna take a miracle, right? I think the miracle is him winning the Elimination Chamber in a crazy fashion,
I think
and
the
him.
miracle is what you're saying, closer to what you're saying, the end of the year. I think that's the
Okay,
because he just said he said I just gotta win matches, right? I'm entering the Royal Rumble. I just want to. He's going to lose the Royal Rumble, right? But
but
he can start a feud with Braun to get the Mania. But to that 17 where you say it's going to take a miracle, it can get close down to the end of the year,
okay, that's
and,
cool.
I need a Hail Mary to fucking
Yeah,
whatever. If Cena wins Money in the Bank or wins a
yeah, that's
King of the
it. Yeah,
Ring or some shit like that, like
yeah.
we got
You
some
know, get
shit
some
now.
wins.
We got some
No, we
shit.
do, we do. So if they want to extend it, I'm just looking at it as storyline wise, like going into WrestleMania, what is the most buzz that Cena can bring you for WrestleMania, the big show of the year? It could be him going for 17. But if they don't want to do that, hold it off for like a SummerSlam or hold it off for like a big Raw down the line where it's like, oh, it's his last Raw ever. That also could be cool, his last Raw of his entire
Last Raw's career, last SmackDown's career, some shit like that.
got that would be cool for him to be like, all right, boom, all right, this is my last title shot. I just want the money to make. I want to call it on that date. Or if it's like King of the Ring and around SummerSlam, they can do it that time too. So I hear you. There's some ways around. There's some miracles in play.
And
But
he's
if
not
you're not
Grand
doing
Slam.
that,
He's not Grand Slam. So that's what I'm saying. Like I
you
think that
never won a title championship.
never gonna, I don't believe Cena. Let me check. Let
But
me check.
I'll tell you right now, I don't think he has either. I'll tell you right now, him and Braun Breaker WrestleMania could slap, and Cena can get him to have a really good match. Maybe
Oh
not. I
yes.
don't know. Maybe depending
Absolutely.
because he's kind of old now, but it could be a good story at least. Young blood.
He's never won the IC championship.
Okay.
Never won it. He's competed for it 3 times.
Okay.
None of those matches were televised. He faced Bad News Barrett and then Roman Reigns.
Okay.
So he's not a Grand Slam.
All
He
right. So that's also on the play. So like you throwing in your predictions now, cool. I like it. So Braun Breaker John Cena could be an interesting match. What else do I got planned? I don't know how they're gonna do it because we don't know. But Jade and Bianca is the match for Bianca if Jade's
No,
healthy.
it's the match for Jade. For Bianca done had the match, nigga. This the match for Jade.
Both of them, but like but I'm saying for Bianca because Bianca has to be in a big spot because she's Bianca. That's what I'm trying to say,
Mm.
and an important spot. And it can't just be oh yeah she's not having a title defense or title challenge, but she has to have something that matters, and it can't be like oh women's battle royal. Nah, Bianca can't be in something like that. Her and Jade, her being the one to set that up will make a huge, huge shocker to so many fans if she's responsible for Jade's altercation backstage. Now she's getting along with Naomi. Now maybe it was her and Naomi's plan all along. And this now we can get NXT Bianca back. The heel that almost, that wanted the spotlight for herself, who was tired of tag teaming with somebody and helping them out. And now she's on her, she's with somebody who she's trust. She didn't trust Jade. Maybe, do whatever they want to do to tell a story. I think Jade and Bianca could be a really stellar WrestleMania match.
I ain't gonna hold you. If it's the big three, I would love to see a triple threat between the three, but probably not. The only reason why I'm
It could
saying
be if Naomi did it like unprovoked, like if Naomi did it like, and Bianca's like, "Yo, I didn't tell you to do that," and she got framed or something like that, or and then Naomi's turning like completely, and she has a whole new character. A triple threat could work.
but I think so. I know the one-on-one portion of it um matters between Bianca and Jade just because the two opposites and everything, just how they present themselves and everything.
Yeah,
Um
that's
I'm
the dream match people have been waiting for. But
yes.
yeah,
I'm looking at Bianca, and I think the way we possibly can get there is like if Bianca framed Naomi. Like, what if Jade came back? Everybody said that it was Naomi that did it, so Jade put hands on Naomi, and then it comes to find out that Bianca did the Triple H, and it had and when they remember when Shawn said, "I got the footage." And they showed it and they pixelated it and expanded it, and the crowd said, "Ooh." Nigga, if they show a silhouette of a fucking pony,
nah, it could work. It could work, man.
silhouette of a pony,
Nah, heel Bianca could go crazy this
yo,
2025. I
that
love it.
shit. And so Bianca can be mad. I mean, Naomi can be mad at Bianca for setting her up, and mad at Jay for putting her hands on her. Jay gonna be mad at for putting her hands on Naomi. Then Jay already gonna bluff you with Bianca, and Bianca gonna have some reason to get them tag fucking titles off her. She get her hands on goddamn Tiffy because that's her fucking title, and that's why she did. Hey, like you said, I don't want to be a tag no more. It was great, but I saw that Bailey was getting multiple opportunities at that title. I know I can beat Nia. Tiffany's hanging around like this women's division is weak. I'm the best. I should be at the
But it doesn't make sense because she's
championship.
now tag titles with Naomi, and they're now like having tag matches. And it's not like she's fed up with being a tag team wrestler.
She
She's
can
still like happy to be one right now.
nah,
She's with Naomi.
she gotta figure out who can she drop them to. Like who can she like right now? Like who can she drop them to that she can kind of get the weight off her shoulders in a
Nia and Candice, maybe.
nigga, Nia, I swear to God, bro, Nia better not fucking touch a title opportunity until she go out to fucking Tiffany.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, 100%. Yeah, maybe after that.
but we got on NXT though. We got
Because I'll tell you, no, Nia and Liv Morgan were not at WrestleMania last year. They deserve to be on the card this year. So you can't, even if they're not in the title picture, they gotta be on the card.
hey, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. Saudi paydays is kind of like Mania paydays, cuz. Now I know you gotta wear all them clothes and shit like that, and
Still
it
not
be hot.
WrestleMania.
I know, but I mean, I'm talking about paydays. I know. I
Okay.
don't. I'm asking you where the room at. Where the matches at?
I'm saying like
Where the room and where the matches at?
tag team, put them in the tag team division at this point. Like maybe buy because we got a couple months
Well,
until
Liv and
April's
Raquel,
running
yeah,
up.
Liv and Raquel can be tagged. I mean, but at the same time, but we got to figure out how to get the titles off of Bianca. So what I'm saying is, like, look at what happened on uh Friday. Nia knocked the two heads together. They go out there, beat her down. Then they have a tag match, whatever it can be. Bianca accidentally whips Naomi. We already laying little crumbs, cuz. Right? Who gonna get mad at who? Is Naomi gonna be mad or did Bianca do it on purpose? There's only two options. They can't just get over it. We know, hey, we know black women enough, brother.
Nah, Naomi and Bianca gonna get over it. They're like, girl, I knew you didn't mean to do that. You know,
Huh? Nigga,
they're
what,
gonna get over it.
bro? No more. Yeah, hey,
Don't do that.
there are holes in your what we call it? Hypothesis.
Hypothesis.
Yeah, there's holes in your hypothesis because I don't know not one Afrocentric American woman that has let anything slide. It's gonna
Okay.
come up passive aggressively somewhere, or
Mhm.
aggressively somewhere, or we just gonna get. I think it's funny how you hit me with. It's gonna come up.
Okay.
So
Okay.
unless Bianca and Trinity are unicorns of the Afrocentric American women that
But
Jimmy
my
and
thing is,
Montez
Afrocentric
Ford
women are
have
not
been
riding this.
blessed enough to be with,
Afro centered women are not writing the script. WWE, they might just let them just get past it. But you're on to something. All I know is I need Bianca and Jade at the end of all this. If you want to throw into Candice and Nia being a tag team, then dropping the titles sometime in March to them, that's
That's
cool
funny.
too. You know,
But Jay gotta come back.
Jay has to come back. Yeah,
Jay has to
I
come
saw
back.
that. I saw one of her posts that she put with the blood on her. You saw that?
Yeah. Hey, hey, brothers. Montez Ford, Joshua. Is that Joshua or Jonathan? Which one is that one? Jonathan. Jonathan. Which one? Which one is Jimmy? His real name.
I think that's John.
Okay, John. Yeah. Who? What she used to call him? John. John. Yeah, John. Yeah,
Wow.
John Montez. Whatever his real name. I know that ain't his real name. And his mama did not name him Montez.
Oh shit! Oh god, what's Montez
His
Ford?
mama did not name him Montez, brother. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's funny.
Hold on, what is his real name? I got
Yeah,
two.
Kenneth.
Oh,
Kenneth.
see, my shout out to Kenny, cause Kung Fu Kenny got him a real Kung Fu Kenny, Jonathan Fatu, and $100 million man Brandon Phillips. Boy, they got the big three so welcome to the black man. Like
Oh
that.
my god.
Shout out to the black men with the black beautiful women, brother. I wish we had claps on here. We ain't got no claps on. We got a bong
We
rip.
don't?
Clap. I don't think we got claps.
Yeah, we don't got no class. It's crazy.
We
Um,
need claps.
got a bong rip.
Bong rips.
No claps. Bong.
Oh,
Uh, but
uh,
yeah.
what else?
Um,
What else we
shout out
got
to
going
them.
on, man?
Shout out to those gentlemen and their wives. Um, but yeah, I gotta see Jade and Bianca. I think they gotta figure out how to get there. Other than that, uh, told you I got there for the tag team division. I like New Day and Viking Raiders. I'm not sure if we're gonna get that before then. Probably, but I think that there's a lot to build upon with the whole Big E thing. Also, we have Penta around. I'm not sure when Ray Phoenix's whole thing comes up, but if he's free by then, if Phoenix can make a return, and we have New Day, Ray Phoenix, Penta, and with the Viking Raiders and some kind of triple threat tag team for the tag team titles, I think that's cool. On SmackDown, we have Motor City Machine Guns, which I like. They're keeping them active along with DIY, and we got to get the return of the Street Profits. The Street Profits deserve. I want them to have a WrestleMania title win. I want them to have a WrestleMania tag team title win. That's what I'm calling for them. So whether it's a
Mm.
fatal four way, whether it's a ladder match, whether it's a no holds barred tag team, I don't care what it is. You can't do the same thing that Raw is doing, but they got to get the title off of DIY at WrestleMania. Even if
Why?
it's just, I think they've been it's been so long since they've been away from the titles, and they've been kind of screwed the entire year. Every time they got close, they got screwed out of a no more contenders match because of
That's
the,
true.
the the
That's true.
wrong
That's
person
true.
get pinned. Then they had a title match, and then they got jumped backstage. I'm waiting for them to get that title match, and it should be a big moment and give them the time in the ring, even if it's just DIY versus Street Profits alone. I'm down with it.
Yeah, DIY versus the Street Profits. I'm not sure if I would want that as a man, but tag teams usually multi man. To be quite honest, uh,
They always do the four tag team there. So many.
I ain't gonna hold you. Street Profits. They might look like Enzo and Cass out there, and Luke and Gallows. When Hardy's come back, because if if Phoenix and Penta come around, cause it's 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 a Reynolds rap for that, but
I think that right now AEW is holding Phoenix hostage, so he might not be able to make WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's
after
true.
injury time.
I
You
think they
know,
added another 9 months, so that's gonna be.
9? God damn. Oh my god. I didn't know it was that much. I thought it was maybe 6. I thought maybe 5,
I think
4.
he was injured though.
9 months is a long time to say,
He
"Hey,
broke
just
his
come
leg.
back."
He was out. He broke his
I
leg.
get why he's mad.
I
They
paid
didn't
you.
give him no fucking. I guess so. I guess
I
so.
paid. Hey, bro. No, I paid you. Hey, he said now. They said he had to find his own doctors and everything like that. CM Punk has said that previously and everything like
Yeah.
that. But I think realistically, like when we talk about, Mad Dog was on ESPN talking about his daddy, how the Jacksonville Jaguars is not a well run organization, and it might trickle down into why AEW is not well run. And so, with that being said, he might not have got access to the right doctors, sports doctors, whatever the case may be. It's just like he might send him to a regular doctor. Like, no, nigga, I need you to get sent to a medical doctor.
He had to find his own doctor. I mean, and CM Punk did it. Like that's
So
they gotta work out. They gotta figure something out. They gotta figure something. He said he'll look into it.
But with that being said, that probably elongated rehab time or
Yeah,
surgery, whatever the case may be. So with that being said, that's probably being used like, yeah, I paid you that whole time, Kurt. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel you. I feel you. Business is business. In that case, Penta versus Rey Mysterio. I want to see that WrestleMania. I want
that'd be
heel
fire. That'd
heel
be
Penta.
fire. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that. That gotta happen. Penta and Ray gotta happen. That
yeah,
gotta happen. Yeah, Penta and Ray gotta happen. I'll take that. I'll take that for sure.
yeah.
Um,
And Roman Reigns and Cody. I think that's it. Like as awful. I mean, obviously, I got Drew still thinking.
part three.
I think that's all we can do. Where are we gonna go? Okay, we have this. We have CM Punk. Don't get me wrong. We can do CM Punk and Roman. He still got a favor. I'm not sure what the favor is. I'm not sure if Roman's gonna win a title before then, or if CM Punk's gonna win it before that. So I don't think that's gonna happen at WrestleMania until there's a title on the line. CM Punk and Roman is a title match.
CM Punk and Cody.
CM Punk and Cody.
CM Punk and Cody.
CM Punk and Cody. Okay, CM Punk and Cody. Then
Roman's gonna
Roman.
win the Rumble, and the favor is gonna be for the spot.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is not happening. And then what is Roman doing? Yeah, you can have my Royal Rumble spot.
No,
He got
it ain't
that.
gonna it ain't gonna you gotta have my Royal Rumble spot. It's the favor. It's
But
the favor.
Roman won it. Who got it? Wise man is not gonna Roman. So what does Roman do at that point? When he comes to Roman and says, "Hey, yeah, I I gave him the choice of if you win the Royal Rumble, he gets to take it."
No,
What does
I mean
Roman say to
that's the
that?
choice. Is no. Is I think we. What I'm saying is Roman and CM Punk can be last two, right? Roman can eliminate CM Punk. That's CM Punk's spot to solidify main eventing WrestleMania. Once that slips to his hand, once again, he can be like back pocket and
Okay,
call in the favor.
I want the
With
Royal
that
Rumble spot.
being, I want the Royal Rumble spot. With that being said, I don't know how we get off of it when you said that's the only thing we can do. I don't think that's the only thing we can do because Punk and Cody is mania worthy. Now, Cody Roman Part 3, this goes back to what we were talking about. How many times we saw Brock and Roman at in the parts, whatever, and we're like, oh, god damn, right? Like, I don't know how many times Roman can get hit with the crossroad 3 times and get pinned.
But the thing that they're right now at a rubber match. That's why it has that intrigue. And I think that Roman said after he got the Olafale, he's coming after Cody. He meant that. I think that he wants his title back. The whole intrigue is who is going to win the third match? Who is going to be the leader going forward? Are we going back to the Reign of Terror Roman? Are we gonna keep this? Is Cody gonna? What I would do? I said this to my nephew a couple weeks ago. I was like, I want Cody to turn heel on some Stone Cold Steve Austin type shit on Roman at WrestleMania and keep the title, and that be the shift. Yeah, he gets just like Rock and Roll 1-3, and just Rock couldn't get that match, couldn't get that victory on him, and fell into the last third one. But that second one is when Stone Cold turned. This would be when Cody cheats, and we've already seen a teaser of that with the KO when he beat KO at Saturday Night Main Event. He cheated to win that match. So I think that Cody is a little bit. Oh, he can be compromised. He can be flexible, and that can be where Cody turns officially by cheating to beat Roman a third time, keeping the title, and moving forward as a heel champion. Um, and then we get to buy into the tribal chief Roman Reigns trying to get his championship back as a babyface, officially fully as a babyface, all throughout the rest of the year. But that's my booking of it. I'm not saying it has to be that. If there's not that, if we're doing CM Punk and Roman, there has to be a reason behind it. It has to be a title match. And I don't see the titles changing before WrestleMania. I think Gunther's going into WrestleMania as champion.
No,
And
we
I
don't
think
have to
Cody's
do
going
Sam,
as
not
champion.
CM Punk and Roman, CM Punk and Cody.
Okay, CM Punk and Cody. What does Roman do at that point?
I mean, at the same time, like,
Triple threat?
no, I mean, we can have a triple threat, or we can have Rock and Roman, or we can finally have Roman and Seth. They've never had their WrestleMania moment. That was supposed to be Dallas 32.
I know you're not going to like this. I have Seth turning heel and being aligned with KO and Drew in a six-man tag against the Bloodline. That being Jey Uso, Jimmy, and Sami Zayn. Yeah, I know. It's WrestleMania, trying to get him on a card, and it's a lot of people on the card. How do we make this matter? How do we make it matter? If not, then you gotta do CM Punk and Seth again, but you gotta do it differently.
Man,
It's gonna be one of those matches. There's gonna be a six-man tag somewhere on this card, on one of those nights where they're like, "Man, we couldn't get you a real storyline, but let's figure it out."
this goes back to my theory of like KO's supposed to do the joint with Randy.
I mean, okay, it could be Randy, Sammy, and Jay versus Drew,
No,
KO,
no,
Seth.
no, no,
Yes, yes,
no.
yes.
Bro, that doesn't that doesn't make sense.
It
That
does.
doesn't make sense. No, no, I don't.
We're gonna do KO, Randy. They can't all have single matches.
Who said they all had to be on the fight? Bro, I said Liv and Nia had to be on the card. You like, that they have to be. Like, I can leave niggas off. What fuck?
I
uh,
think they missed last year. They should be on it because they had a good title runs. That's what's my.
hey, what
I
I'm
think they
trying
deserve to be on the card. They're not going in as champion. Don't like just forget them come WrestleMania time if they're holding the championship for the majority of the year. That's why I feel like, come on, put these ladies on the card. But hey, if you don't see it that way, I see it. I get it.
I mean, I'm looking at it where like, um, Seth ain't got no problems with Sammy and Jay. He already said it.
They've been talking shit for weeks.
They already know. He said he had no problem with them. He had a problem with when he said when he said that how Sammy and Seth had their match. He was like, I get them running back, but what's your problem? What you do? They fought that out. You can't say niggas. You can't say can't say Cody and Rock squash their beef and they say what's up, Papa Rose, and Seth and Sammy ain't squash they shit.
Okay,
Uh,
then maybe that's
I think
just me shooting the shit. Like I'm not like
no, for all intents and purposes, though, I wouldn't want to see that. Though, like you talking about, like you talking about what we want to see, and I wouldn't want to see a 6-man. I wouldn't want to see the Bloodline Alliance kind of fight them. I would want. It looks like Seth is not with the Bloodline shit anymore, and it also looks like it also looks like that even though Drew and KO might be on the same wavelength, I do believe Randy coming back will garner a singles match between Randy and KO. When you say Drew needs to go to Raw, we just broke it down.
Drew needs to go to SmackDown.
I mean SmackDown. Drew needs to go to SmackDown. I mean shit. Um, man, Drew on SmackDown. Damn, Drew on LA Knight.
Um,
What baby over there?
LA Knight and Solo.
Oh
LA
yeah.
Knight and Solo, but Drew and LA Knight could work. I mean, and we just have to. I don't know what that has to do with Drew's vendetta against Bloodline, though. It could be Drew and Solo. Honestly, it could
I
be
mean,
Drew and
Drew needs to be done with
Solo.
the bloodline though. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think, I think
Solo
Drew.
can get the job done. Drew can have a gripe with that. You know, Roman Reigns is still running power, and he still has a beef with Solo. It could be Drew and Solo.
Hey, can Drew and Roman happen at WrestleMania? If I say if my in my world if I say I got Cody
And
and Sammy, Drew
Cody and CM
has
Punk.
always had. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. If I Cody and CM Punk, Drew's has always had Roman on the ropes.
Oh yeah, it could be Roman. That's true.
Roman and Drew with no help, right? Roman and it's babyface Roman now. We got
Yeah,
heel
yeah.
Drew. So that might, Drew and Roman yeah, let's finally I never got my Clash at the Castle payback.
He's on a vendetta, like to just destroy Roman's, you know, power over the company. So
Yo,
yeah, I can see that.
Drew might can eliminate Roman from the Rumble.
Ooh, that would be awesome. I
Drew
would love
eliminate
it.
Roman from
I
the
would love
Rumble.
it. I would love it. I would love it. I'm a Drew fan right now. Drew might be my favorite wrestler right now. Like
Yeah.
every single week, he's on.
Drew and Roman. Drew, you say what Roman do? Drew and Roman.
All right, cool. I like your card. I like my card too. So, all right. So we gotta say, we got something here. I do think CM Punk and Seth Rollins could still go on further to WrestleMania, but I think it's a long time to stretch it. I don't think that's the match that they're going with. I don't. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it at with my predictions and all that. Do you have any predictions? Hot take for the year. Hot takes for the year.
Um
Mine is the Cody heel turn, and I got one more.
Max will cancel AEW.
That's a good one. I can't front. That's a good one. Unless they got a multi-year deal, then they can.
Bro, Max don't give a fuck, nigga. They canceled the whole movie, nigga. 90 million flushed it. Bailout. Fuck you talking about, nigga.
I think Vince is gonna come back with something. I don't know what. I think he's gonna come back with something.
What if Vince goes to AEW?
The world would be crazy. Yeah, I like I'm in a fucking Twilight Zone. If Vince goes to AEW, yo, you deserve $1 billion for saying that if that hits. Yeah.
If Vince
That's
goes to
crazy.
AEW to pop a rating to get,
Wow.
what if Moxley whole
I
thing is
never
like
even thought about
this
that.
company doesn't belong to anymore and it's Vince McMahon?
The guy who he said shouldn't. Oh wow! After all that time of you leaving WWE because of Vince, the old man doesn't get what he wants anymore. Nah, charge now. After all that,
Yo, Vince can be like the infrastructure already here. I got a TV deal, nigga. Let me help you. I can take him down. The evil empire's back. That's my hot take.
wow, that'd be wild. That'd be wild. I like that though. I like that. I like the hot. But yeah, man. Anything else we should cover?
Nah, man. We just covered that we just gonna cover that the fact that this podcast is what it is, man. It's something that was made out of love. It's an endeavor that kind of grew. We had a vision. stuck to it as much as we could. Could have definitely done better, of course, but we've litigated that plenty of times. But realistically, man, like this is a good outlet, a safe space, um, to kind of just be who I naturally am. I'm loud. I talk crazy. I like to smoke, and I like watching wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So like, this this was my first step into entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? As far as just like doing something on my own, learning something differently. The wave of technology, I'm still clearly not versed as well as I need to be, but this was the first step of like, okay, the pivot of what life was going to be. You know what I mean? So it was dope, man. Honestly, this don't happen if I don't need an apartment. You know what I'm saying? This shit don't happen if I wasn't living out my car. Real shit. I was living out my car, man. So um,
Yeah, man. Shit.
and now I got a fucking mortgage. You know what I'm saying?
No, you come up, man, and the growth we've had over the years has been, spectacular. As men, you got a family, as you can hear, and that's what life is about, and the growth. You roommates, man, and you will always be my brother, regardless, whatever we're doing business wise. So it's not,
Man, and honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. Like I know I don't. I had just did a pot. I just did joint roller, and the last time I did something was December 20th. Bro, I done smoked every fucking day since then. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm even talking to myself. Consistency, like as far as like what do you want to do with it, how you want to do it, the level of effort it takes to say, put the action behind the words. You know what I'm saying? So I won't disrespect uh myself or this going forward. If I'm gonna be on here, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? So I'm probably gonna make sure I am here monthly. I probably won't guarantee I'm here weekly. If something tickles my fancy, I'll go live, I'll spark it, but I'll always give you the benefit of the doubt and let you know I'm doing that first just in case we got a vibe going. But realistically, man, we not shutting the lights off at all. We'll be up. We'll pop up. Reasonable Wrestling will be here. More than likely, for sure, monthly. Something's gonna happen on Raw or SmackDown that's gonna warrant me putting on the motherfucking mic. And I
if I
know,
come back one day, everything is changing. Like this whole belt, this whole colors, everything. I will have to change up everything about how we do what we do. But
oh, so
that's
okay, God,
on my Hail Mary that the Ric Flair never retires thing. If I come back, it will
nah,
be a
this
complete
belt,
change.
this
But
this belt, this belt. I think I'm a for sure keep it on the corner. I
oh
won't
yeah,
even, you know what I'm saying? Gotta have a little solo shot here.
yeah,
You
man. It's we it's all labor of love, man. And we love wrestling. We love talking about it. We love doing what we do. And um, we'll continue to with the product. At least I will. He'll be here at least monthly. So we're not gonna
Yeah,
have
I mean, right now
longer.
this the season though. Like, I mean, like football season's off, basketball season's gonna be in the slump, heading into All Star break a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is the season for me to kind of really be locked into wrestling. So, and realistically, with them being on Netflix, AEW being on Max, it's gonna make it a little bit easier for me to accept, to access it. You know what I'm saying? So, and what happened with us was it didn't connect as much as, like you say, we can turn on like anything, but we wanted something when we started this, right? We wanted something when we started this. We wanted to be a part of something when we started this. We wanted to kind of like feel, and it's been fulfilled, right? And right now, I don't think for me, wrestling is filling a lot of the holes that I was missing. So I don't have the yearnness to complain, or I don't have the fire or the fear. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I
We
do.
wanted more representation. We got that.
We
So we're
got it.
champion.
Absolutely.
AEW, Bobby, Kofi, Biggie has been champion on this podcast. We wanted more women representation. We getting got new women's Intercontinental and United States championships. Coming like and they got many time on TV. You saw the women's evolution. We wanted more and better storytelling. This Bloodline story that keeps on giving. AEW needs to pick that shit up. But all those things, it's hard to come back and I can sit here and do a weekly show and talk about the good things all the time and say, but sometimes it's good to sit back and just enjoy that. Hey, wrestling got into a place that there's not much for me to complain about anymore, and let other people do it who are doing it more consistently and having more in-depth conversations. Like I always say, there's whatever you want, a flavor of content creator wrestling, whether you want a woman, whether you want a black perspective, whether you want, somebody who's been in the business with, Cornette, Eric Bischoff, Bully Ray, if we want somebody like, Dave LaGreca, who's been a fan, if you want somebody who's brand new to some guy who just started watching wrestling last year, who started a show and he's been consistent doing his shit on YouTube, forget his name, sorry. But, all types of people are doing it and they're doing it well and more consistent and more detail than we have, even though we know we can do it better. So I'm going to take hiatus, uh, uh, an indefinite hiatus from content creating for wrestling and seeing how the landscape goes. If there sparks in me a flame that I have to talk about something and that I have to get off my takes, I will be back one day. But in the meantime, I'm going to be focused on some other ventures. And I think that's part of what we wanted is just to see the evolution of the business and see the evolution of ourselves as men, which is that's what it's about. And as we always say, evolution ain't a mystery. It's hard work. We put a lot of hard work into this, and we put a lot of hard work into our own lives and our own careers. So we're going to continue to do that.
Hey man, I'm gonna let you have the last word on that because you said everything that encapsulate what it is that we did and was trying to do. Wrestling is in a great space for us, and we can, like you say, turn on the mics and talk about it. But 3 hours, right? My son, my wife, then came out here multiple times. It's about 2:30 on the Saturday. Got clean. It is. It
Time,
is.
brother.
No, I'm just. But that's what we saying. Like that, the labor, and realistically, we wanted to treat this like a job, but we just really couldn't at the end of the day. Well, we could have, and I think that's what we didn't do. I would speak on that. We could have, and that's what we didn't do. So, what your point when you were saying there's content creators right now that is the sole being of what it is that they're trying to
They
accomplish,
live
and
this,
they
and they're out every day
and
doing
and
respect.
unfortunately and super and it is envious because it's a dream. That is a dream job to be able to do that. But unfortunately, we do have other dreams. You know what I'm saying? And it goes beyond wrestling. Wrestling is everything, and everything is wrestling. But mom dukes, brothers, kids, nephews, sisters, you know what I'm saying? Niggas trying to get back to Africa soon. You know what I'm saying? Like so, we want to make it. We got to get the money right to make those overseas. I gotta see what lottery that green shirt nigga hit because I gotta get the numbers to what he hit, nigga. That green shirt nigga be at front row France, motherfucker.
The couple people I be seeing, man, in the
Front
front
row
row, they be
into it
saying, I'm
though.
like, how
Front,
are you guys pulling this up?
this nigga be in Australia, like nigga, that's an 18-hour flight. Nigga. Like,
Yeah, the commitment, man. I gotta respect it, man. And clearly, you got the red bread for it. I don't know what you got going on, but people love this, and it's where it's at right now. It's always gonna be around. Like I always say, um, everything is wrestling, and I don't mean that as in like our whole lives wrestling, but like you got to wrestle with your family situation. You got to wrestle with your inner emotions on where you are in life and what you're trying to do as a man, as a woman, as a sister, as a brother, as a mother, as a father. You got to wrestle with society in ways of where your place is in it. And when it comes to my place in the wrestling content space, I'm gonna let certain people have it because I think that they're doing a great job with it. Doesn't
Absolutely.
my perspective, no, it doesn't need it. I think I might be needed in other places in the world, you know.
Absolutely. That's a great way to frame it because that's
Mhm.
exactly how we feel. Like we're this is something that we want. We don't need it. When we started it,
Mhm.
we
And it
needed
doesn't need me. Before, I feel like it both we needed it and they needed us to speak about the shit, you know? But now it's like, oh,
absolutely.
you know, a lot of people are doing it, you know, it's good, you know, and your family needs you, you know, so you need it in more places. And it's okay to be honest with the situation. It's okay to say, yeah, my family needs me or my family needs me in a way that I can provide more without having to say, hey, sit down and wait for me to finish talking wrestling, you know? So it's all right, you know. So it's and I have other career plans that are needing my attention, especially now where and you know with the choices we got to make as men to continue growing and elevating.
Absolutely.
So yeah, man. All is love. Everything is wrestling. We shall be back when we are back. And if
Rick
we're
and
not,
Bobby,
then
shake and bake, baby.
take and bake. Yeah. It's been a pleasure, brother. It's been a pleasure.
All right, man. Love you, man. I'll talk to you in the group
Love you
chat.
too, man. Peace.
Peace.